You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page or YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. The box office is now open for 2018 individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also purchase your tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX, going online to liducks.com, or visiting our mobile app. Season ticket packages and 10-game mini plans for the 2018 season are also available. To find out more information and secure your seats, please dial extensions 115 or 116 to speak with someone in our ticket office. Get your business recognized by hundreds of thousands of Long Islanders by taking advantage of the advertising and sponsorship opportunities currently available with the Long Island Ducks. For more information, please dial extension 106 or check us out on the web at liducks.com. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the dream team. Group ticket packages for the 2018 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, please dial extension 124 during normal business hours to speak with our Director of Group Sales. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. For more information, please contact our Merchandise and Client Relations Manager at extension 110. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please contact the Community Relations Department at extension 102. Quacker Jack, the 8-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at extension 102 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page or YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. The box office is now open for 2018 individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also purchase your tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX, going online to liducks.com, or visiting our mobile app. Season ticket packages and 10-game mini plans for the 2018 season are also available. To find out more information and secure your seats, please dial extensions 115 or 116 to speak with someone in our ticket office. Get your business recognized by hundreds of thousands of Long Islanders by taking advantage of the advertising and sponsorship opportunities currently available with the Long Island Ducks. For more information, please dial extension 106 or check us out on the web at liducks.com. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages for the 2018 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, please dial extension 124 during normal business hours to speak with our Director of Group Sales. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. For more information, please contact our Merchandise and Client Relations Manager at extension 110. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please contact the Community Relations Department at extension 102. Quacker Jack, the 8-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at extension 102 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page or YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. The box office is now open for 2018 individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can also purchase your tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX, going online to liducks.com, or visiting our mobile app. Season ticket packages and 10-game mini plans for the 2018 season are also available. To find out more information and secure your seats,
I'm John Kinsella.
Hey, Dad?
currently available with the Long Island Ducks. For more information, please dial extension 106 or check us out on the web at liducks.com. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smoke and Owls party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages for the 2018 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, please dial extension 124 during normal business hours to speak with our Director of Group Sales. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle Inn Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking the merchandise icon. For more information, please contact our Merchandise and Client Relations Manager at extension 110.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, Suffolk County, Long Island. This is Long Island Ducks baseball here at liducks.com, the Ducks YouTube channel, and on Facebook as well. Good afternoon and good evening to everyone listening and watching here tonight. David Weiss sitting alongside Michael Pollock as the Ducks take on the Lancaster Barnstormers in the second and third games of a four-game series. Yes, a twin bill tonight. 2 7-inning contests, back-to-back, single admission. Still room for you if you'd like to come on out. The Ducks lost to the Barnstormers last night, snapping their 6-game losing streak, and lost the first of this four-game series. Nonetheless, the first-place Ducks, residing in the top spot in the second half standings in the Liberty Division, have a 4.5-game lead on the Somerset Patriots, who lost last night. The Ducks seem to be on their way to a playoff berth, but, Michael, anything can happen.
Everything can happen still with so much time left, and obviously with a swing of things, if one team wins a game and the team that's chasing them loses, or vice versa, things can certainly change in a heartbeat. But right now the Ducks are in the position they want to be in. That's in first place. They're in the driver's seat. They keep winning games down the stretch, they're going to be in the postseason. Obviously not the way they wanted to start off this series last night, but the theme in the clubhouse was they felt that they didn't play poorly in that game. They just had a couple instances where the ball didn't bounce their way. Ultimately, right-hander Brooks Hall did an outstanding job during the course of the game, really stymied the Ducks lineup, only allowed a single run in 2 separate innings. Meanwhile, the Barnstormers offense was able to hit John Brownell early and often throughout the course of the game. They tagged him for 6 runs, 5 of them earned on 10 hits and 5 walks over his 7 innings of work. This is a Barnstormers team that's very dangerous. Obviously, they can strike at any point with how good their lineup has been. And last night, just one of those nights for the Ducks where ultimately they weren't able to get everything going the way they wanted. But again, when you win 6 in a row prior to that, you can take a loss. It still stings in the end that you don't get the win, especially on a night where the Patriots lost at home to the Road Warriors. So, of course, had the Ducks won that game yesterday, they would have been 5.5 games clear of the Patriots. And obviously the Ducks own the tiebreaker with Somerset, being that Somerset won the first half in the standings. But ultimately, the Ducks are still 4.5 games up coming into tonight. And Long Island will look to get the early leg up in this single admission doubleheader, which, by the way, David, this came into play because these two teams were supposed to play each other 4 times in Lancaster at the end of July. And because rain washed out the first 2 days of the series, teams were supposed to play back-to-back doubleheaders on Wednesday and Thursday of that series. They only got 1 game in, albeit a rain-shortened game that Wednesday, July the 25th, before playing the doubleheader on Thursday the 26th. So they have 1 more game to make up, and they're going to do so here tonight on Long Island.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it also Bark in the Park Night Part 2?
Yes, it is. Bark in the Park 2, Return of the Dogs, they call it here at Bethpage Ballpark. As the Ducks lineup gets introduced on the scoreboard right now, little dog filters on the players' faces with the dog ears and the dog nose, but obviously exciting here for Bark in the Park Night tonight. A big group of fans with their dogs and pooch passes in hand entering down the left field line right now. I'm sure we'll get to hear some of those barks during the course of the game, but great to have the dogs back in attendance.
Go to liducks.com to get those pooch passes in advance, which is necessary to get here. I think it's $13, and you and your dog go right to that area. Have a great time. Again, there are 2 games tonight, so no need to rush here necessarily. If you want to take the dog just to 1 game, the second one will start 25 minutes after the first one ends, and we're looking for you to join us tonight on what should be a great night for baseball. Yes, hot, humid, the air not moving, the flags are limp, so are we in the booth, but we've got a lot to unpack and dissect when it comes to these 2 teams. When we continue on our pregame show, a special guest who I met just a few days ago that takes you right back to one of the best baseball movies of all time, Field of Dreams. A special guest on the way, Long Island Ducks baseball.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was
was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss alongside Michael Pollock, Long Island Ducks, Lancaster Barnstormers. A twin bill tonight, 2 7-inning contests. Much more about these two teams in a moment. But first, as part of our pregame show, something very special. In 1989, in April, a movie came out starring Kevin Costner called Field of Dreams. Anyone who's a baseball fan remembers the movie, but it was much more than just about baseball. It was about family, fathers and sons, and of course, dreams. Here is the final scene in that movie in which one actor stole the movie away from Costner, Burt Lancaster, and James Earl Jones. Listen.
What is it?
It's my father. Just wanted to thank you folks for putting up this field, letting us play here. I'm John Kinsella.
Hey, Dad? You want to have a catch?
I'd like that.
Dwyer Brown is the actor who portrayed John Kinsella at the very end of Field of Dreams. Dwyer was 30 years old when the movie was released in April of 1989. He is now 59 and has done a great many things in his career as actor, author, and speaker. He makes appearances at ballparks and was a special guest at this year's Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame golf outing, which is where we met him. We asked Dwyer if he's still surprised at the emotional reaction he receives from fans nearly every day about his role in Field of Dreams.
Well, I guess I'm just humbled by it. I'm very surprised when people recognize me from that. It's been, 30 years. And, to me, it's just kind of a great thing to be recognized for something that you do. That's why we all get in this business, is to have some moment that you're recognized for. So I just try to really enjoy it. And my dad died just before I shot that movie. So any father that comes up to me and talks to me about their dad or their son, to me, it's just my way of staying in touch with my own dad.
Is there any way you could have anticipated when you did that part how meaningful it would be and how much of an impact it would have decades later?
Yeah, I really didn't. I think a lot of us did that script because it was such a beautiful little script. But I think enough of us who'd worked in Hollywood for a while knew that, look, there's no sex, there's no violence. It's not a movie that usually the public embraces. So sometimes you do movies for yourself, like this is just a sweet story that maybe a few people will see. And it was only when we had the cast and crew screening, I think it was really that when they added the soundtrack, that incredibly moving soundtrack, that we realized, I was crying looking at myself on screen. So I knew that it was something much bigger than what we'd started out with.
Your dad yourself?
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 kids. My son is 19 and my daughter's 25. So I've seen it now from both sides. I was a son, and, I made a lot of mistakes as a son and said things to my dad that I wish I hadn't. And now I've had my son say things to me I wish he hadn't. So,
what else are you doing right now? You're an author. You've been in some other movies, too. What else keeps you busy?
Well, I still have an agent, and they kind of field offers for me. I get the occasional offer for films and TV shows, so I'm not as into it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when you're in a movie like Field of Dreams, you get spoiled a little, To me, that's the kind of movie I always want to make, is one that moves people, changes their lives, And so often I think a lot of television doesn't do that. It doesn't live up to everything it could be. So,
how much time you spend on the East Coast?
I did a game last year for the Lancaster Barnstormers, and a whole bunch of the Ducks fans came and insisted on having a picture with me. So, because this is what I do, I get, some ballparks like me, and they tell some other GMs, and so that's where I end up. And I'd love to come back here, but I do a lot of stuff in the Midwest and kind of on the eastern end of things in Cleveland, Akron, upstate New York.
And you live in Southern California?
Yeah.
On behalf of all of us who have taken that movie with us and will remember it forever, and your incredible role and wonderful performance, it means a lot to us. Thanks so much for everything, for a memory that lasts a lifetime.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you, Dave.
There he is, Dwyer Brown, still making movies, still speaking, motivational speaker and author, but will always be remembered for that final scene that makes so many of us break down in tears from Field of Dreams. A pleasure meeting him, and we may meet him soon right here at Bethpage Ballpark. He makes his way around minor league parks, and just a great guy.
Yeah, it's a great interview. Great to hear from him. Obviously, it's such a memorable movie for sports fans, baseball fans, but even baseball fans, or even fans who aren't baseball fans but just love sports, love a good movie. It's so powerful, so meaningful, and obviously he has such strong family ties. So great to have him here on Long Island, and who knows? Like you said, we might see him back at some point.
Yep, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Simple as that.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
At Bethpage Ballpark, it's the Ducks and Lancaster Barnstormers. Game time right now. We're going to be starting just a few minutes from now, Michael Pollack. It's 2 7-inning games because of all that rain that washed out one of the previous games with the Ducks and Barnstormers. And should the Ducks sweep, it's another giant step toward a playoff berth. It is likely, although certainly not a sure thing, that Lancaster will find themselves in the playoffs as well. If Sugar Land repeats, they won the first half title in the Freedom Division. They are leading now in the second half. Lancaster right now in the driver's seat for a wild card spot. So this could be, you never know, a championship preview.
It certainly can be. Of course, these two teams faced in the 2012 Atlantic League Championship Series, a great series, one of the best the league has ever seen. But ultimately, if the season ends right now, these two teams are in. The Ducks currently leading the second half in the Liberty Division, so they would win that second half if the season ended today and play Somerset in the first round for a fourth straight year. Barnstormers right now leading the wild card chase, and Sugar Land has a 6.5 game lead over Lancaster in the Freedom Division in the second half. Barnstormers with a 61-44 overall record, the second best in the Atlantic League. Sugar Land has the best at 72-36. So again, if the season ended today, Barnstormers would get in as the wild card, and they would face the Skeeters in the first round of the postseason. Both the Ducks, both the Barnstormers have high-powered offenses. Both have had some ups and downs on their pitching staff during the course of the year, but right now both featuring strong back ends of their bullpen, and we'll see who gets to get more of the action here today. Remember, it's 2 7-inning games as part of the single admission doubleheader with a break of about 25 minutes in between. Ducks will be going with two guys who have kind of moved into starting roles right now because of these doubleheaders. So in one case, you have Chris Pike in game one, game two, Lorenzo Barcelo, and meanwhile for the Barnstormers, veteran Jonathan Albaladejo will start game one, and game two will be newcomer Tyrell Harris.
Time now for our national anthem. Title winners Gina Cicero, Susan Morano. pardon us for the technical difficulties, but you did get to the gist of the national anthem, beautifully sung by Anthem Idol winners Gina Cicero, Susan Morano, Marianne Savage, and Deanna Wade from the group Today's Special. Beautifully done.
Very well done, and a great way to start off a doubleheader tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark. They did an outstanding job during Anthem Idol here before the season, and no surprise to see them getting victorious in that Anthem Idol competition and getting the chance to perform on this great stage.
All right, Michael Pollock will now take a quick look at the starting lineups for the first of the doubleheader here tonight.
Yes, David, it is Darian Sanford leading things off for the Barnstormers, the speedster in center field once again. Rico Noel moves up to the number 2 spot tonight. He will play left field, batting second. The designated hitter for game 1 is Blake Galen. He hits in the 3 spot. The right fielder, Trayvon Robinson, will bat 4th. Ryan Castile does the catching and hits 5th. The 6th hitter and 3rd baseman is Josh Bell. Casey Hobson is at first base. He bats 7th. Vladimir Frias, the shortstop, will hit 8th. And in the lineup tonight at second base for the Barnstormers is Carlos Garcia. On the other side for the Long Island Ducks, just about the same lineup that we had here yesterday. Jordani Valdespin leads off at second base. Daniel Fields will bat second and play center field. In the 3 spot is the designated hitter, that is Lou Ford, and the cleanup hitter and 3rd baseman is Taylor Ard. Batting 5th, playing first base, David Washington. Miles Williams moves up a spot in the order to number 6. He will play right field. Deanna Navarro is back behind the plate. He'll do the catching tonight and bat 7th. Anthony Vega gets the start in left field. He will bat 8th, and rounding out the order for the Ducks is their shortstop, and that is Dan Lyons. Again, it'll be right-hander Chris Pike for the Ducks in game 1. Picked up the win his last time out with 5 innings of 1-run ball. Game 1 of a doubleheader last Thursday in Southern Maryland after game 1 of that series on that Tuesday night was rained out. And for the Barnstormers, it'll be righty Jonathan Albaladejo, the former Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year back in 2016 with the Bridgeport Bluefish. He is coming off of his worst outing of the year, in which he allowed 12 runs, 11 of them earned on 14 hits in just 5 1/3 innings at York, August the 22nd. That was last Wednesday. So, Barnstormers will be hoping that he can bounce back, much like Brooks Hall did yesterday, who was coming off of his shortest start of the year and stifled the Ducks, allowing just 2 runs over 7 innings of work.
One thing we know Chris Pike needs to do is to keep Sanford and Noel, numbers 1 and 2 in the Lancaster order, off base. A combined stolen base number of over 100. First pitch is on the way, hits the outside corner for a strike to Sanford from Pike.
Public Transportation Services, start time of the ball game, 6:05.
6:05. I think the temperature's around, I'm going to guess 89. Although it feels a lot more than that with the heat index. It's a ground ball right back to the box. Pike with the snag and flips it over to David Washington for the first out.
I'm going 88.
Temperature of tonight's ball game is 84 degrees.
84. A little lower than we thought, but if you factor in the humidity, it feels like about 212.
Yeah, feels like we're in Sugar Land, Texas right now, not Central Islip, New York, but that great weather we had here over the weekend in terms of the comfortable factor, where it was nice and sunny, but also not humid at all. Well, it's still nice and sunny, but the heat and humidity have certainly arrived this week.
But don't let that scare you off if you're thinking of coming to the ballpark, because sun goes down, it'll get more comfortable by the minute. First pitch to Rico Noel is fouled out of play to the right side. Sanford, by the way, who just grounded out, came into the game at 279. No homers, knocked in 28, 64 steals, but caught stealing 21 times. That's about 2/3 roughly in the success rate. Rico Noel, meantime, at 303, a homer, 24 RBIs, 42 out of 49 in the stolen base department, more efficient. And again, they're 1-2 in the larceny department. There's a ground ball, big hop, taken on the backhand by Dan Lyons, throw across just in time to nip Rico Noel, even on an average grounder. He nearly beats it out, 2 down.
That's his speed. Lyons knows it. He's seen him play now over the past 2 years here in the Atlantic League. He knows he's got to get rid of the ball quickly to try and get Noel out. Made a good, strong throw to first.
So there you go. Chris Pike, job 1 and job 2 accomplished. Getting through the top of the first with neither of those speedsters getting on base. And here comes the slugger, Blake Galen. What a season he has had. 287, 22 homers, 74 RBIs. In home runs, he is 1 homer ahead of the Ducks' David Washington for the lead in the Atlantic League. Galen batting from the left side against the righty, Chris Pike. Kicks and deals and hits the outside corner, I believe, for a strike. He does. 0-1. Galen, the DH here tonight, at least in game number 1. Got a lefty-righty matchup here with the right-hander Chris Pike. Kicks and deals the 0-1. Fastball again nips the outside corner 0-2. And that's good news for Chris Pike that he's getting that call right away from home plate umpire Freddie DeJesus. Silvio Martinez, the man in blue at first, and over at third, Frank Urilli. 0-2 pitch on the way from Pike to Galen. Boy, he went inside this time, working it out, then in, and Galen just barely getting a piece. Count remains 0-2.
Well, strike certainly something that Pike did well his last time out. 40 of his 60 pitches down in Southern Maryland last Thursday were for strikes. Obviously, that 2/3, 67%. Pike, obviously, to be successful against this Barnstormers team, will have to do more of the same.
So the 0-2 on the way again to Galen. Outside corner, strike three. A 1-2-3 inning for the Long Island Ducks. Nothing across for the Lancaster Barnstormers. In the middle of the first, it's Lancaster nothing and the Ducks coming up. The Ducks just retired the Lancaster Barnstormers 1-2-3, making this a PSEG Long Island energy efficient inning. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Well, we go to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. Every time a Ducks batter walks this season, it's brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are 29 City MD locations across Long Island offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment you need it. City MD Urgent Care. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
And for the Long Island Ducks, bottom of the first, no score. Chris Pike, righty for the Ducks, with a very good start, retiring Lancaster 1-2-3. And the top of the first, here in the bottom of the first, Jordani Valdespin, Daniel Fields, and Lou Ford to face Jonathan Albaladejo. The big right-hander kicks and deals to Valdespin, who takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Valdespin with a Player of the Year resume at .337, which is second only to Emilio Bonifacio in terms of the top 10 in hitting in the Atlantic League. 11 homers, 49 RBIs, 28 steals, 86 runs scored. He is in the top 5 in so many offensive categories. We wouldn't be done detailing this until the 5th inning if we went through everything. 2-0 the count to Jordani right at the top of the Ducks order.
Hey, you're potentially seeing the top 2 candidates for Player of the Year in the league here tonight, with Valdespin on the Ducks side and Blake Galen over on the Barnstormers side as he leads the league in homers and RBIs.
Absolutely. What a season each has had. Valdespin at second base, of course, tonight. And at the plate takes a strike. It's 2 balls and a strike to Jordani, who last night was 2 for 4 with a run scored in the Ducks' 6-2 loss to the Barnstormers in the first of this 4-game series. Valdespin batting from the left side. And the righty, Albaladejo, pitches, and Valdespin inside-out swing, skies it left center field. The outfielders converging, and that one is taken by left fielder Rico Noel for the first out.
It didn't look like either Noel or Sanford were making the call, and obviously both with tremendous speed. The last thing you'd ever want to see is the two of them collide at full speed with how both of them run. But Noel seemed to have the good beat on it, makes the catch. Valdespina has done a very good job all year long at hitting the ball the other way. That time, though, just got a little bit too far under it, and the catch easy for Noel.
Yep, slicing away from the center fielder, and Noel making the easy catch. Daniel Fields at the plate, also batting from the left side of the box, and swings and misses at the first pitch, a changeup from Alba Ladejo. Fields on the season is a .255, 7 homers, has knocked in 33. Next pitch quickly, low for a ball. Count even 1-1. Jonathan Alba Ladejo, listed at 6'5", 270. Native of San Juan, Puerto Rico, an imposing presence on the mound. The 1-1 catches the inside corner for a strike, 1-2.
Well, he's certainly a guy who throws a lot of strikes. Just 22 walks in 112 innings this year. Last year, only 27 walks in 99 1/3.
1-2 pitch. Looked like it had the plate. Setting up was Ryan Castile, the catcher for Lancaster. He was sitting up outside. That one actually was thrown inside, but must have been a bit low. It looked like it had part of the plate. So it's 2-2. The pitch on the way to Fields, and he smokes it. Base hit over the diving attempt of Carlos Garcia. Jumped up, couldn't come up with it. First base hit for either team. Fields is aboard with a base hit to right.
Just got enough of it to get it out over the reach of the leaping Garcia, who gets the start at second base tonight, with Tyler Bortnick getting game one of this doubleheader off. Bortnick had played last night for the Barnstormers at second, and Fields, who had a single last night, gets a base hit here, now in back-to-back games to start off this series.
And here's Lou Ford, the ageless wonder for the Long Island Ducks, who turned 42 on August 12th, 17 days ago. Lou, with his 2-for-4 evening last night, up to 300 at age 42 and still going strong. He's DHing here in the first game. Lou has 10 homers, has knocked in 69 for the Ducks. It's 0-1 to Lou. Slightly closed stance, as we've seen from Lou for so many years. Batting from the right side, Alba Ladejo. And there's a base hit left field. Lou is now up over 300 with a single to left. Back-to-back singles, Fields and Ford, the F&F boys. And there are 2 aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the first.
Well, it's amazing what Ford has done, especially here in the second half. He was going through some struggles after a good start to the year. Went through struggles in May and June, and was sitting right around the 250 mark come the All-Star break, a little bit before the All-Star break, right about when the teams got announced. And he was announced as an All-Star. From that point on, he has skyrocketed, was the league's Player of the Month for July. And good note from Dan Doherty, the media relations assistant here before the game today. His 300 batting average coming into today, the first time he was hitting over 300 this year since May the 9th. So it shows you the turnaround he has had, but he has been red hot, the Ducks' hottest hitter of late, and gets another base hit here in the first.
Hit it hard enough to get it through the hole on the left side. Taylor Ard, third baseman for the Ducks, at the plate, deep in the box. From the right side, the righty, Alba Ladejo. First pitch, swung on by Ard, slams that bat down as he skies it to center field. Darian Sanford will make the catch, and tagging is Daniel Fields, and he will jog to third easily. Now 2 down, and Ducks with runners on the corners. Ard just missing that one, frustrated. He was thinking fastball, got a fastball, but just got under it.
Yeah, Ard a bit of a free swinger, much like catcher Ramon Cabrera is. And after the base hit, Ducks had runners at first and second. He thought, I'm sure, that Albaladejo wanted to get a first pitch strike, get ahead in the count, and was ready to swing at it. Just missed it, popping it out to right center. So there are 2 away now, but the Ducks do get the lead run at third base, and Washington comes up.
Washington at 229, but don't let that average fool you. 21 homers, 64 RBIs. He's second on the Ducks in RBI, only to Travis Snyder. And the 21 homers, second in the league only to Blake Galen, who is playing tonight for the Lancaster Barnstormers here at Bethpage Ballpark. Washington takes the ball. It's 1-0. They're at the corners for the Ducks with 2 down, bottom of the first. Ducks trying to break out on top. Pitch to Washington. Takes it inside with a fastball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Again, these doubleheader games that are back-to-back are 7 innings each. So it would be in the Ducks' best interest to get out to a lead early. As Yogi once said, it gets late early, especially when you have a 7-inning game instead of 9. 2-0 pitch to Washington, well inside, nearly hit him. Has to back away, and it's 3-0 to Washington. There is a base open. And Miles Williams on deck, and obviously Alba Ladejo being very careful with Big Dave.
He was green-lighted on Saturday, 3-0, hit a home run. Let's see if he gets green-lighted again here.
Alba Ladejo, the 3-0, and Washington taking all the way. And takes a strike right down Carlton Avenue. It's 3-1.
That time it looked like they wanted to make Albaladejo throw that first strike before he attacks. Now I'm sure he'll be ready with a good hitter's count.
The 3-1 on the way to David Washington. Smokes it. Long way, left side, and out of play. So the count now full at 3-2. Washington hits moonshots for homers. You won't see that many line drives flying off his back. He has an uppercut swing, but hits to all fields. A number of his homers have gone the opposite way this year, and they are all majestic. So the count is full. Runners at the corners. 2 down, bottom of the first. Pitch to Washington is hit on a line, right field, and falls in front of Trayvon Robinson. Coming in to score, Daniel Fields. Over to third base is Lou Ford. David Washington with an RBI single here in the bottom of inning 1, and the Ducks have taken an early 1-0 lead over the Barnstormers.
I think he heard you saying he doesn't hit too many line drives there, David, because that was about as hard of a line drive as you can see. Right on that pitch, the 3-2 offering with the runner going from first, so Ford easily able to go from first to third, give Washington a 65th run batted in of the year. A good solid line drive single and a good start for the Ducks, who take the early lead.
What I meant was when he hits line drives, they're usually in the ballpark. He doesn't hit many line drive homers.
Got it.
There you go. Just to qualify my statement there. Miles Williams at the plate, right fielder for the Long Island Ducks. And runners again at the corners. With 1 run in, Daniel Fields scoring on the RBI single from David Washington. And the count 0-1 to Miles Williams at the plate. And there's a ground ball smashed to short, taken by Vladimir Frias. And the toss over to Carlos Garcia, and that will do it. Fielder's choice goes 6-4. But in the bottom of the first here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks do a little damage and break out on top. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left at the end of 1. At Bethpage Ballpark, it's the Ducks 1, Lancaster 0.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, as we go to the second inning here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks with an early 1-0 lead. It is time for the Long Island Ducks Health Report, and that is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Currently out on the health report is left-hander Jake Fisher. He is currently on the disabled list, dealing with a knee injury. Did throw on the field here yesterday, has been doing on and off-field work, and the hope is that he will be able to start on Saturday when the Ducks play the middle game of their 3-game series in York, Pennsylvania against the Revolution. So that is certainly good news. Righty Tyler Badamo remains out on the inactive list as he rehabs from an elbow injury. And as we mentioned yesterday, Colton Murray was reinstated to the active list from the disabled list. He had been out with an arm injury, but he is back healthy and available to pitch in relief for the Ducks.
It is 1-0 Ducks here after 1 inning of play at Bethpage Ballpark. The first of two 7-inning games, Ducks and Barnstormers. Trayvon Robinson at the plate takes a home run hack and misses on that off-speed pitch from Chris Pike, who retired the Barnstormers 1-2-3 in the top of the first. It's Robinson, Ryan Castile, Josh Bell, numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Barnstormers against Chris Pike, who misses with a fastball outside. And the count is 1-1 strike to Trayvon Robinson. Enters the game at 293, 6 homers, 40 RBIs. Barnstormers like to run, and Robinson himself has 14 steals and 19 attempts. Pitch inside, now 2-1 to Robinson.
And he does a little bit of everything. He's got some pop in his bat. He hits for average, runs well, plays solid defensively. So Robinson's certainly a valuable player here for the Barnstormers.
2-1 pitch. On the way from Pike, ground ball toward the hole and through, but between Valdespine at second and Washington at first, and ends up in right field. So Trayvon Robinson with the first hit of the game for the Lancaster Barnstormers. And with his speed, he is aboard. You know, when you take a look at Lancaster, left to right, Rico Noel, Darian Sanford, Trayvon Robinson in the outfield, fastest outfield I think I've ever seen.
You've got to hit the ball just about as hard as Washington did and as low to the ground as Washington did, or hit it on the ground if you have any chance of getting it into the outfield, because with their speed, if you hit a ball in the air, they're going to track down the vast majority of them.
And here comes one of the best hitting catchers in the Atlantic League, Ryan Castile, who fouls it in and out of the mitt of catcher Deanna Navarro. So it's 0-1 to Castile, enters the game at 3:08. He is 7th in hitting in the Atlantic League, 10 homers, 51 RBIs, and a fine defensive catcher as well. Very valuable to what Lancaster has done this season. Wide open stance from the right side. The 0-1 on the way is ripped left center field. Daniel Fields going over, and so is Anthony Vega. It splits them, bisecting its way all the way to the scoreboard. Being waved in is Trayvon Robinson. No throw. He'll be cut off in the infield. A double and RBI for Ryan Castile. The Barnstormers have tied it at 1.
As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, David, this Barnstormers team can score quickly and often. And so that's where you have to be careful. If you're an opposing pitcher, you leave pitches out over the plate, and they're going to hit them. It's got to be important to be deceptive against this team. Throw pitches that look like strikes but may not be to get them to swing and miss. Or if you throw strikes to live on the corners, but that pitch up and out over the plate to Castile. And a good hitter like Castile, who came in hitting 308, wasn't going to miss it. And he's now got 52 RBIs on the year.
And it brings up Josh Bell, batting from the left side with a wide open stance. Pike comes set, checks the runner, Castile, who just doubled in a run, and he's looking to bunt. Yanks that bat away, and the ball lands outside. Off-speed pitch, and it's 1-0 to Josh Bell, who enters the game at 2:04, playing in his 30th game for the Barnstormers. 5 homers, 16 RBIs, and 16 runs scored. Pike coming set. This time he's looking to bunt again. And the pitch misses outside again. It's 2-0. So Trayvon Robinson led off with a single to right. Ryan Castile smashing a double to left center field. Driving in Robinson. And Lancaster looking for more here as Bell at the plate is ahead on the count at 2-0. Pike's pitch on the way, has the plate, but it's down low, and it's 3-0 as once again Bell was looking to bunt. So early on, Lancaster and their manager, Ross Peoples, looking to add 1 run at a time if necessary until the bigger hitters get up back at the top of the order. Looking to advance this runner, but now at 3-0. Bell taken all the way, and it's Pike missing outside. A 4-pitch walk, and Josh Bell is aboard. Runners at first and second, still nobody out.
Not quite as sharp here in this second inning for Chris Pike as he was in the first. It seems as though the Barnstormers are adjusting well after, again, this is Pike's first outing against the Barnstormers this year. Only Pike's 7th appearance overall, 4th start. But the Barnstormers have never seen him, and after the first 3 were retired pretty easily. Pike throwing all strikes in that first inning, having a little bit of trouble with the strike zone in the second. And the Barnstormers attacking the pitches that have been strikes.
Here's Casey Hobson, first baseman for the Barnstormers. First pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1 to KC. Enters the game just below 200 at 199. 8 homers, 31 RBIs, 26 runs scored. Joined the Barnstormers in progress this season, playing in his 65th game of the season. Son of Butch Hobson, the longtime manager of several clubs here in the Atlantic League and the longtime major leaguer, most notably with the Boston Red Sox. 0-1 pitch inside. Blocked nicely by Deanna Navarro behind the plate. Nobody advances. So runners remained at first and second. Again, nobody out. Casey Hobson at the plate. 1 run in, tied at 1 here in the top of inning 2.
Hobson not really the guy that's going to be bunting, but obviously the Barnstormers know with the 7-inning game they want to try and get a lead and get as many runs on the board as they can early.
1-1 pitch on the way, swung on. There's a little looper, could be trouble. Lions going out, and it falls in the Bermuda Triangle in left center field. Everybody advancing just a base, and Casey Hobson with a bloop single to left center over the head of Lyons, and short of Vega in left, Fields in center. The bases are loaded with nobody out.
And that was one of the weaker hit balls of the inning, but again, it found the real estate, as you mentioned, that Bermuda Triangle over the head of Lyons in front of both Vega and Fields. Nobody able to get it. Barnstormers right away with 3 hits here in the second inning. Pike still has yet to record an out. Now the Barnstormers with a big opportunity here to take the lead and get a bigger lead at that with the bags full and no one out. Let's see how Pike responds.
Vladimir Frias at 290, 6 homers, 33 RBI. The Lancaster shortstop at the plate, batting for the left side, takes a strike. Off-speed pitch from Pike. And it's 0-1. The Ducks playing back. They'll surrender the run in order to turn 2 if they can. Tied at 1, but Lancaster really threatening here. And the top of inning number 2, bases loaded, nobody out. There's a ground ball and is taken by David Washington. Over to second for 1. No chance to go back to first, not with the speed of Frias. So a run scores. The forced play at second base. It is 2-1 Lancaster, and now 1 down. Frias, on the fielder's choice, does get credit for the RBI.
It's 34th of the year, and again, his speed, as you mentioned, wins out. No chance for the Ducks to be able to return the throw to first, so Hobson is out at second. Castile scores from third. Bell moves to third. And Frias collects the RBI that gives the Barnstormers their first lead of the night.
And to the bottom of the order we go, and Carlos Garcia enters the game at 267. No homers, has knocked in 15. So the Ducks once again in double play depth. Infield is back and would like to limit the damage to just 2 runs at this point and would consider themselves fortunate. Pike comes set. And the pitch hits the outside corner, 0-1. Chris Pike was using that outside corner with fastballs effectively in that first inning. But here in the second, he has given up 3 hits and a walk and has equaled 2 runs in thus far. Pike coming set. Runners hold. Pitch to Garcia. Now the runner takes off, and this one's hit in the air. Coming in is center fielder Daniel Fields. The throw back to first. Would have been in time, but a short hop. David Washington unable to come up with it, so they're now 2 down. The Ducks nearly doubling off Vladimir Frias, who went all the way to second base. He took off on the pitch and had slid into second base as the ball was being caught by Fields. The throw in was that in-between hop. Washington unable to come up with it, so it doesn't go down as an error, but the Ducks could have been out of this inning. Instead, 2 down now, and runners still in the corner.
Exactly right. You can never assume a double play there, but the Ducks certainly had him if that ball was able to be corralled at first. And Fields had to get rid of it quickly to try and get Frias going back there, and tough for Washington to dig it out on the short hop. Ducks have to hope that that missed opportunity does not come back to bite them here in the second inning.
And back to the top of the order in Darian Sanford, and the runner takes off. The throw down is through to center field, and the run will score on the error. Streaking to third base and making it is Vladimir Frias. So scoring Josh Bell as the throw went all the way through to second base, tailing away at second. So on the error, the run scores. It is now 3-1 Lancaster. Sanford is still at the plate, and now a runner at third. So a sloppy play all the way around as Frias pushing the action here and taking off on the first pitch to Darian Sanford. The pitch was a strike, so it's 0-1. Again, Josh Bell scoring, and there's a line drive taken easily by Jordani Valdespin at second base, and the side is finally retired. But in the inning for the Barnstormers, they scored 3 runs. There were 3 hits, a walk, there was an error, and there was a man left. At the end of an inning and a half, we go to the bottom of the second here at Bethpage Ballpark. The score now, Lancaster 3, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, we head to the bottom half of the second inning. The Ducks trailing 3-1. If you're scoring at home, that goes down as a double steal for Frias and for Bell, a designed double steal in which once the throw goes down to second base, the runner from third breaks off of the plate, and that's what Bell did, and he got in there.
Former Major Leaguer, catcher for the Ducks, Deanna Navarro, is at the plate and takes outside for a ball. Right-hander Jonathan Alba-Ladejo at the mound. And the 1-0 on the way. Misses the outside corner. 2-0 to Navarro, playing in his 13th game behind the plate. It's a Duck. .238 average, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and all that Major League experience behind the plate and at the plate. The 2-0 to Navarro. Taps it to third. Big hop taken by Josh Bell. The long throw across is well in time to nail Navarro, one down.
So now we'll see how the Ducks can respond, and obviously how Pike responds once it gets to the third. But obviously the Ducks, who got to Alba-Ladejo for 3 hits and a run in the opening inning, want to try and respond right back. Yesterday, the teams exchanged runs in the first inning, and then the Barnstormers in the third were able to take over, and they scored early and often. 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the seventh. And that last inning showed you just how quickly the Barnstormers can put a multi-run inning together.
Anthony Vega with a base hit down the right field line, and with Vega's speed, he will back to second base easily. Let's see if he's looking for more. Ends up in the right field corner. He'll pull in standing up as Trayvon Robinson gets the ball in quickly. First pitch hitting Anthony Vega, who came into the game at 182, but with all that speed, 21 out of 22 in the stolen base department. And in this case, Vega using that speed to streak into second base. A one-out double for Vega, and Dan Lyons at the plate.
And yeah, when you see that ball go down the right field line, you know how quick Vega is. So instantly you're thinking, and I'm sure he at first was thinking, hey, maybe it can get 3 here. But Robinson, with all his speed in right, and had him shaded towards the line, able to get there and hold him to just a double. But Vega's got his double and the 4th hit of the night for Long Island.
And here's Dan Lyons at the plate. Number 9 in the order, longtime shortstop, Long Island Ducks. Alba-Ladejo coming set in deliberate fashion, and a good slider nips the outside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1 to Danny on the season at .219. That average has come up slowly but surely as the season has gone along. 6 homers, 31 RBIs. Still one of the best bunters in the Atlantic League and one of the best clutch hitters as well. Next pitch, fastball wide of the plate. It's 1-1 to Dan Lyons. Again, this is a 7-inning game, not 9 innings. Back-to-back 7-inning affairs in this doubleheader tonight, Ducks and Lancaster. So it already feels like it's late, and we're in the bottom of the second. Coming set, Alba-Ladejo. Next pitch, in there for a strike. It's 1-2 to Lyons.
Well, Alba-Ladejo was having a pretty good year going for the most part up until his last outing, which really ballooned his ERA. 11 earned runs over 5 1/3 innings, 14 hits. He's given up 138 hits and 112 innings coming into today, so certainly has had a tendency to get hit up during the course of the season.
1-loss record of 7-7. ERA 4.34. 1-2 pitch on the way, missing inside. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The ever dangerous Jordani Valdespin waiting on deck. Lions last night was 0 for 3 and the Ducks 6-2 loss to the Barnstormers. Dan stands in there. Vega takes his lead off second base, dancing around a bit. Albaladejo checks him. And now the pickoff play, not in time. It squirts away from the second baseman, Carlos Garcia, who is covering. But ends up near the foul line in the left side. Vladimir Frias chases it down, and Vega, no advance.
Yeah, it looked like Garcia was coming in, try to catch and slap the tag down all in one motion. It went into and out of his glove. Fortunately for the Barnstormers, they were able to corral it before Vega could try and scamper to third. Obviously, the Ducks would love to get that runner to third with less than 2 outs. That way a fly ball could bring him in.
So we'll see what kind of lead Vega takes here. As we return to focus on what's happening at the plate. Dan Lyons, 2-2 count, 1 down, runner in scoring position. Albaladejo once again with a long look at Vega at second base. And finally kicks and deals. Slider misses outside, and the count now full.
Close pitch there. Good one from Albaladejo as he tried to paint the corner, bottom of the strike zone 2. Trying to get that called strike 3 for their big second out with Valdespin looming on deck. But a good eye from Lyons as he saw that pitch miss the zone. And now I'm sure he'll be ready to hack with a count full at 3-2.
Milestone season for Lions. Now most games played by a Long Island Duck ever. Payoff pitch to Denny. A swinging bunt. That's going to be a tough play, and nobody will get it. Third baseman Josh Bell overruns it. It's Dan Lyons with a swinging bunt single. Anthony Vega makes it over to third base. Runners on the corners, only 1 down. Ducks looking for some runs here, trailing 3-1.
5th hit of the ball game for the Ducks. He'll get the credit for the single. Tough play for Josh Bell. His only chance was to try and barehand it. I'm not even sure if he does. And makes the clean throw to first if they have Lyons. So now the Ducks all of a sudden with the tying runs on base. And here's Valdespin, who hit the ball out to left field his first time up. We'll see if he can produce his first RBI of the night.
Valdespin from the left side. Third baseman Josh Bell is playing up. Everybody else back at normal depth. And the pitch blocked nicely behind the plate by Ryan Castile. The throw to second base in time. Nailing Dan Lyons. The ball got away from Castile, but not far enough. He's got a gun, threw it down to second base, and Dan Lyons, trying to advance as that ball came loose behind the plate, was thrown out at second base. That's a big second out for Lancaster and for the Long Island Ducks. So now just Vega at third and 2 down.
You're absolutely right. That's a killer, David. Obviously, he's the tying run. You don't want to be going for second there unless you know you've got the base taken, because now a fly ball can't get Vega in from third base. I understand why you want to go for second and put 2 runners in scoring position, but tough out.
Valdespin takes outside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. That's the kind of play where you're basically just doing it on instinct. Yeah, you think you got to break quickly, but in that particular case, the ball just did not get all that far away from catcher Castile, who was able to grab it and throw it basically in one motion and get Lyons at second. 2-0 pitch on the way is smoked. Deep right field. Going back is Trayvon Robinson. He's looking up.
And how much is that homer that broke a window? Valdespin just hit one tonight. How much is that homer that broke a window? On Bark in the Park night, that dog is gonna bite. Ruff! We're tied at 3.
Home run number 12 on the year for Jordani Valdespin, who got a good pitch to hit and drilled it off of the back wall in right. Obviously now how big does that out at second loom? Ducks would have had the lead if not for that. Of course, you assume everything else would have stayed the same, but obviously the Ducks are able to come back, tie the game. Good response after the 3-run top half of the inning.
So Daniel Fields at the plate. Boy, the Duck fans who have come out here tonight got a charge out of that. Valdespin, again, as Michael mentioned, his 12th home run. RBIs number 50 and 51, and there's a base hit that squirts through the right side for Daniel Fields. Another base hit for the Ducks, who now have 7 on the evening. And we're just getting started. Hoo-ah! Tied at 3. Fields is aboard, and Lou Ford coming up.
Well, as I mentioned, Albaladejo does have the tendency to get hit around quite a bit. This is the fourth time he is facing the Ducks this year. He allowed 7 hits against them back on July the 25th and 8 hits against them on June the 17th here. So the Ducks have the tendency to hit the ball well against him, and they're showing that here tonight.
On Bark in the Park night, who let the Ducks out? The Ducks have tied it here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Ford is outside, 1-0. Lou singled through the whole left side his first time up. Now at 3:02 on the season. Fields taking a pretty good lead at first base, and Ford hits it down the right field line. If that is fair, it's trouble. It is fair, up against the wall. Fields is being waved in by Kevin Baez. Ford pulls in with a double. The throw home, not in time, gets away. RBI double Lou Ford. And the Ducks have taken a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the second. Lou comes through.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how long Ross Peoples elects to stick with Jonathan Albaladejo. That's now 5 hits given up in this inning, 8 for the game. And he comes out of the dugout now. Let's see if it's just to try and settle down the right-hander or change things up on the mound. But the Ducks have been all over Jonathan Albaladejo over these first 2 innings of the game. And terrific response from the Ducks again. The Barnstormers putting up a 3 spot in the top half of this inning to take the first lead of the game. You wondered how the Ducks offense would respond after a pretty good first inning of hitting the ball against the right-hander. The Ducks have done a tremendous job in this inning, especially with 2 outs now after what could have been a very deflating out at second base. When Lyons tried to advance on that ball down in the dirt, he was able, Valdespin, to put that quickly out of his memory and immediately hit that 2-run home run over the right field wall. Fields followed with a base hit. Ford an RBI double. Both Fields and Ford with 2 hits apiece. Now the Ducks have the lead back.
Lou Ford, age 42, absolutely ageless. Taylor Ard at the plate. Ard came into the game at 294. Fly to center his first time up. Taylor with 14 homers has knocked in 55. Takes inside with a fastball. 1-0. So Lou Ford at second base. The Ducks in this inning after a ground out from Navarro. A double by Vega, single by Lyons. Home run by Jordani Valdespin, which was a 2-run homer with Lyons getting thrown out at second base. Fields a single, Ford a double. There are 2 down. And a big swing by Taylor Ard fouls it down at the plate. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, 2 out, 3 runs in. The Ducks scoring 1 in the first, 3 more here in the second. After the Barnstormers scored 3 in the top of this frame. So if Albaladejo and the Barnstormers are looking for a shutdown inning, it's been anything but. The Ducks have unloaded on the big right-hander for Lancaster and now have a 1-run lead. Big David Washington waiting on deck as Albaladejo takes a long time to the plate. The 1-1, a swing and a miss. Good fastball. Taylor was a little late on that. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you can notice that marked difference with Albaladejo with men on. Nobody on, he's in rhythm. He pitches, like the old expression, as if he's double parked. He can't get it to the plate quickly enough. Otherwise, everything slows down to a crawl. 1-2 pitch on the way. And coming 3/4, a bit sidearm. Taylor Ard watches a call strike 3 as Albaladejo hits the outside corner for his first strikeout of the game, but not before lots of damage was done for the Long Island Ducks in the inning. 3 runs, 5 hits. The big hit, a 2-run homer by Jordani Valdespin, also a RBI double from Lou Ford. And there was 1 man left at the end of 2 innings of play here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's now Ducks 4, Lancaster 3.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, that home run by Jordani Valdez being the 103rd of the year for the Long Island Ducks, and by hitting 100, they have met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Chappie's Funeral Homes donating $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition.
Home run number 103, as you mentioned, on the season. Only a matter of time. Ducks start a little slowly in the home run department, but always heat up when the weather heats up, and have been on a home run tear for the last couple of months. Rico Noel for the Lancaster Barnstormers at the plate. And let's see how Chris Pike handles this inning, which the Ducks hope is a shutdown inning, as the Ducks turn a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 lead with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the second. Slowly hit, Dan Lyons to throw across in time. Rico Noel with that speed. Lyons had virtually no time to pick that ball up and throw it, which he did all in one motion. Good play, one down.
That was the 37th home run, by the way, for the Ducks in the month of August. 37 home runs for Long Island this month alone. And that kind of shows you what the Ducks have been doing. I think this is the Ducks' 26th game of the month of August. Yes, 26 games, 37 home runs in this month.
As we said, they always seem to pick up the pace as the summer takes hold. Blake Galen, again, a MVP candidate for the league this year, having an outstanding season again. And he struck out looking his first time up as he takes a strike. It's 0-1. We mentioned Galen's numbers coming into the game at 287. Now he's a couple of notches below that. 22 homers leading the league and 74 RBIs. Next pitch, outside corner strike. Boy, Chris Pike has been living out there, not only with fastballs, but now a backdoor breaking ball, and has Galen in an 0-2 hole.
He's got to live there. Got to stay on the corner, stay away from the middle of the plate, and stay away from up on the plate against Galen.
And tries to come inside this time, and Galen, big swing, fouls it off. Left side and lands just in front of us. In fact, some fans down there who had their hands full of concession food were unaware that ball was coming down, and it surprised them. Fortunately, didn't hit them. You know, here at Bethpage Ballpark, you always got to be aware.
Looks like a family of Aaron Judge fans. All three of them with Aaron Judge shirts on.
How about that? Everybody waiting for Aaron Judge to get back, but that wrist still hurting him. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Galen at the plate. And quickly, Pike into delivery. The 1-2, big overhand curveball, lands high. And the count now even at 2-2. Trayvon Robinson, cleanup batter, on deck for Lancaster. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Ducks. 3 runs, 3 hits for Lancaster, top of the third. And there's a smash to deep right center field. Daniel Fields is going back to the wall and makes the grab on the run at the wall. Well, Fields at one point looked back, and from our vantage point, it looked as though he was looking over the wall and that thing was going to leave. It did not. Ball is not exactly carrying all that well tonight with the heavy, humid air, and Galen gives it a ride, but Fields makes the catch.
Well, the wind has been blowing for the most part in this game, but out to left field, not so much out to right, so it kind of went into the crosswind there. It definitely looked like it was hit well off the bat of Galen, and Fields had to go a long way, but he got a good jump on that baseball and made a nice running catch.
Trayvon Robinson from the left side takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Robinson led off the second inning with a single to right. And a lot of action would follow as the Barnstormers, when they were done, scored 3 in the top of the second. Robinson started that rally off, and he's way out in front of a changeup. Boy, Robinson had time to swing twice. That thing was thrown so slowly, and a great discrepancy in terms of speed between Pike's fastball and that very slow change. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Robinson, the right fielder for Lancaster. Next pitch, there's a tapper at the plate, foul. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pike has done really well of late. He did so well his last time out pitching in Southern Maryland, allowed just 1 run in his 5 innings of work. The only run he gave up was a sac fly in the second inning to Corey Vaughn, after he allowed a double and a single, but really kept that Blue Crabs lineup, which has hit the ball very well during the course of the season, in check. That coming after a couple starts in which he started off really well and then kind of labored late.
So 1-2 the count. Pike to Robinson. Chris taking a little too much time for Robinson's liking, who backs out. Ducks leading at 4-3. A lot of action, and we're still pretty early here, top of the third, as Robinson slams it off the fence that guards the Lancaster dugout. In the old days with no fence, that thing would pinball around and probably catch somebody in that dugout. So the count remains 1-2 to Robinson, the dangerous catcher. Waiting on deck for the Barnstormers, Ryan Castile. Nobody on, 2 out. 1-2 the count. And the pitch to Robinson. Big overhand curveball, slam to right field, on a line and on a run. Miles Williams makes the catch for the Ducks, and the side is retired. In the inning, 1-2-3, nothing across for the Barnstormers, who are retired in order. At the end of 2.5, we go to the bottom of the third at Bethpage Ballpark. The score remains Long Island 4, Lancaster 3.
Hey, fan, this is Jordani Valdespin, second baseman, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, when Trayvon Robinson lined out to right field to end the top half of the third inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico will save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com.
And big David Washington leading off for the Long Island Ducks, who have a 4-3 lead going to the bottom of the third. Again, we're nearing the halfway point of this game. Why do I say that? Because it is just a 7-inning game. 2 7-inning affairs for this doubleheader tonight between the Ducks and Lancaster Barnstormers. And the first pitch, a strike to Washington, and it's 0-1. David with a single and an RBI back in the first inning, driving in the first run for the Ducks, giving them at that time a 1-0 lead. A lot has happened since. 0-1 pitch, catches the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. To David Washington, who now has 65 RBIs on the season. He is third in the RBI department on the Ducks, trailing Lou Ford and Travis Snyder. 0-2 pitch. Big swing by David, fouls it off to the right side. And the count remains 0-2.
One thing that Ross Peoples has been able to rely upon with Al Baladejo is length. He's been going 6 innings or more pretty much consistently throughout the course of the year. Went 5 1/3 innings last time out despite getting roughed up. So even after a bad second inning, we'll stay with him.
And Robinson flails at a fastball that was rising. Doesn't catch up with it, so that is the second strikeout for Alba Ladejo. This one's swinging, and there is one down. So here's Miles Williams. Came in at 265, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Miles hit into a force play to end the first inning. And is now up there, 0-1, righty-righty matchup. First pitch, cranked left field. If it's fair, it's gone. However, it twists foul. I'd say a good 10-12 yards left of the left field foul pole. Williams had the home run distance, but was out in front. Williams has a quick bat, as we said, 2 homers this season. Swings to the next pitch, and there's a bloop. Center field falls in front of Darian Sanford. Even with Sanford's blazing speed, unable to come up with it, and the ball's just laying there. And what does Williams do? He says, fine, I'll take second base. And we'll see how that scored.
It's going to be a base hit for Miles Williams, a single to center. And then he advances to second on the E8 as the ball just misplayed there in center field by Darian Sanford. He raced in to try and get that ball and then missed it as it bounced and went by him. So it'll go down as a single first as it landed in front of him. And then again, he misplayed the ball, ends up going further behind him, and so he's able to advance on the error.
Yep, he came sliding in, got his one of his spikes caught in the turf, and the ball was just sitting there, and Williams very heads-up base running, alertly streaking to second base. So with one down, the Ducks have a runner in scoring position. Deanna Navarro at the plate. It's 0-1. Navarro bounced to third, his first time up. Ducks trying to add to their one-run lead. Next pitch, just missing the outside corner. Good fastball from Alba Ladejo, just missing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Navarro.
It was so surprising that Sanford didn't try to dive to catch that or didn't catch up to it with his speed. You think anything hit in the air towards him he's going to be able to catch, but had to just sneak in there for Williams, and then ultimately when Sanford misplayed it, able to take second.
Count 1-1 to Deanna at the plate. Avaladejo checking the runner. Pitch, ground ball, taken by third baseman Josh Bell. A good play. He'll throw across, and it's in time. And crossing over to third, Miles Williams. You don't see that often. The ground ball was to third baseman, and Williams decided to take third as third baseman Josh Bell was throwing. Bell probably could have stopped and tried to get the runner, but why take the chance? It's more important to get that second out, which he did.
Absolutely right. That's good base running by Williams to know with Bell playing a little bit further back, there was no chance he was going to be able to catch up to him and beat him either to the bag or beat him to get the tag down. So Williams alertly went for third. Bell realized he wasn't going to be able to get the tag there and just took the sure out at first.
Anthony Vega, first pitch he saw in his first at-bat in the second inning, doubled down the right field line and would eventually score on a 2-run homer from Jordani Valdespin. 1-0 the count to Vega. Runner on third, Miles Williams, 2 down. Pitch, ground ball. Nice hop for second baseman Carlos Garcia. Over to first, and that will do it. Side retired. The Ducks, no runs a hit. They leave a man at third. We finished 2.5 at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains Ducks 4, Barnstormers 3.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Jake Fisher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Go Ducks.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Well, Duck fans, New York Sports Day, one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, the Mets, Yankees, major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, and more. Visit nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source. David Weiss and Michael Pollack. Bethpage Ballpark, first of a twin bill doubleheader tonight. 2 7-inning games, Ducks and Lancaster Barnstormers. Ducks have a 4-3 lead, a game in which they led 1-0, then trailed 3-1, and then a 3 spot in the bottom of the second turned a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 lead, and that's where we stand, top of inning number 4. On a very hot and humid night, temperature cracked 90 around the area today, heat index at or above 100, but it's starting to cool off here tonight, although the Ducks want to remain red hot. They won 6 in a row before losing 6-2 to Lancaster in the opening of this series last night. But the Ducks are going to get back in the win column. Ryan Castile at the plate, fouls it back to the screen. Count now 1-1 to Castile, the talented Lancaster catcher, who doubled in a run to left center field his first time up in that 3-run second inning for the Stormers. Chris Pike still in there. He's given up 3 runs, 3 hits thus far. Next pitch, hit in the air, playable, right field. Miles Williams doesn't have to move too far, just a step or two back, makes the grab, 1 down.
And the Ducks, as you were mentioning, David, they have been playing terrific baseball of late, especially here in the month of August, where they are 17-8, vaulting them into first place in the division. They have won, even with their loss last night, 7 of their last 9 games, and they are 23-10 since they got swept here on this field, July 20th to 22nd against the Patriots. That put them 4 back in the division and 3 under 500 overall this year. 23 wins in their last 33 games. That has put them in the position they're in now, 4.5 games up in the division.
Josh Bell at the plate, left side, takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Ducks with a 4.5 game lead on Somerset. Ducks at 29-16, 13 games above 500. Somerset at 25-21. 1-0 pitch on the way to Bell, up high, 2-0.
And the biggest thing that's not so much surprising, but that is a good sign that they've been able to do is still continue to win games without the likes of Emilio Bonifacio, without the likes of Travis Snyder, with some key injuries in their starting rotation.
And the next pitch misses, is 3-0.
And some less than stellar performances of late from some of their reliable guys like Larkins and Brownell and, of course, Jake Fisher. And they've had guys like Pike, like Barcelo, like Dennis O'Grady here on Sunday step up and put together big performances.
3-0 pitch downstairs. 4-pitch walk surrendered to Josh Bell. Second time Bell has walked. A free pass to Bell back in the second inning and would eventually come around to score. So a 1-out base runner here in the top of the 4th for Lancaster.
One of the keys for Pike tonight is he has retired the top 3 in the order twice apiece. The 2 speed guys, as you mentioned, which you said was going to be a big key, keeping Sanford and Noel off the bases, and then, of course, the power of Blake Galen. Those 3 combined 0 for 6 right now.
Pike came into the game with 11 strikeouts, 6 walks overall. And first pitch is hit to right field. Miles Williams is there and will make the catch. And a second out registered by the Long Island Ducks. Lancaster's Josh Bell holds on at first, 2 down.
Another guy that's important to retire, Casey Hobson, a guy who has a ton of power. It's been surprising to see his average as low as it's been this year, just 199. He has been one of the more formidable opponents on this Barnstormer team for other Atlantic League teams to face over the last couple seasons when he's been with Lancaster, but this year hitting just 199 coming in. Still has the power though, 8 homers, 31 RBIs. And hasn't been with the Barnstormers all year. In fact, joined the team mid-season.
As you mentioned, always dangerous. His reputation precedes him. Vladimir Frias at the plate, fouls it. Back to the net. It's 0-1 to Frias, who hit into a force play his first time up, but drove in a run with that force play. That was back in the second inning. 3-run second for the Barnstormers. 1 on, 2 out. Ducks lead by 1, top of the 4th. In this 7-inning game, the first of 2 at Bethpage Ballpark on Bark in the Park Night. The Pooches are here, and still an opportunity for you to make it. Catch some of this one and all of the second one. Pickoff attempt from Chris Pike, thrown over to David Washington as Josh Bell dives back. Hot and humid day, even the dogs are napping down the left field line. And why not? It's a dog day evening as Frias fouls it off to the right side. Fortunately for us in the booth, there is no dress code. I was thinking of actually coming here in a bathing suit tonight.
That would have been very tough for everybody here in the press box.
It would have been. At the very least, I was going to wear shorts, but as my wife describes my legs, it's a combination of a swan, an ostrich, and a flamingo. You don't want to see my legs, so went with long pants. 0-2 pitch on the way, in the air, out of play, left side, and it's still 0-2. But there are a lot of people wearing some very skimpy outfits here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. That kind of day. Weather is supposed to break and get a whole lot more comfortable as we get closer to the Labor Day weekend. And Labor Day itself, temperatures are expected to stay in the 70s.
Pretty great weather for the last day of summer, quote unquote.
Yep. And another throw over, a little closer than it appeared as Josh Bell, in a nonchalant fashion, skipped his way back to the bag, and David Washington with a slap tag. That was pretty close. So the count remains 0-2 with 2 down, 1 on. Ducks lead by 1, top of the 4th. Frias at the plate. And the pitch again slap foul. Out of play left side, and the count remains 0-2.
Well, of course, every series is a big one for the Ducks from this point on until they clinch a playoff spot. But just like this one where you've got two teams who are both vying for playoff spots, the next series for the Ducks will feature the same as they head to York over the weekend to take on a Revolution team, which also has a very dangerous lineup.
Absolutely. 0-2 pitch on the way. Big overhand curveball that Chris Pike has used a few times tonight. And it lands high, 1-2 to Frias. Carlos Garcia, the number 9 man of the order, waiting on deck. And then back to the top of the order. Pike comes set. Runner takes off, the 1-2 inside, and the ball pops in and out of the mid of Deontay Navarro. He's unable to throw it. Goes down as a stolen base for Josh Bell, his 5th of the season in 6 tries. He is in scoring position.
Bell making some magic happen on the base paths once again. Again, he was at third base back in the 2nd inning when Frias took off for second. And once Frias took off for second on that design double steal, he broke for the plate. The throw ended up going into center field, and Bell was able to score easily.
Yep, and Bell got credit for a steal of home. And there's a ground ball, little swinging bunt taken by Navarro. He can't handle it. And now the throw over to third base. Off the glove of Taylor Ard, and the run will come in to score. Sloppy play by the Long Island Ducks. As getting to second base is Vladimir Frias, who will get credit for an infield single. After that, we'll have to untangle it, but the long and short of the matter, bottom line, 4th run scores for the Barnstormers. We are tied at 4.
It's going to be an infield single, as you mentioned there, for Frias, as that was not an easy play for Navarro, who tried a barehanded throw to first, could not come up with it cleanly, and then going to third on the play. From second to third, was Bell, and he had rounded third too much, so at that point Navarro tried to throw back there. They would have had him by a country mile. He was way too far off the bag, but the throw went wide of Taylor Ard, so Navarro will get the error that allows Bell to score, and Frias to move to second. And so all of a sudden, because of another miscue, the game is tied.
And there's a base hit to right field that falls in front of Miles Williams, and stopping at third base is Vladimir Frias. He will hold there. A single by Carlos Garcia. So when it looked like Chris Pike and the Ducks were going to get out of this inning without giving up a run, suddenly the 4th run does score on an error charged to Deontay Navarro. I believe that's his 2nd error of the game. And you've got a game tied at 4, and now runners at the corners for the Barnstormers. And back to the dangerous top of the order for Lancaster.
Well, indeed right. Obviously, Pike cannot let those defensive miscues get to him. But the Ducks, because of their errors, have now allowed 2 runs to score in this game. And Long Island certainly has to be playing much better defensively, specifically Navarro here tonight. He's made a couple of poor throws in this game.
Frias at third, Garcia at first. The throw across from Chris Pike to keep Garcia as close as possible. Barnstormers love to run. They make things happen on the base paths. And some of those things that happen are not good defensively, and we've seen that here tonight. Darian Sanford, who was bounced out and lined out. Another throw across, not in time, but very close. Diving back is Garcia. Chris Pike with a good pickoff move, and Washington with the slap tag. But getting back just in time is Garcia. So again, Frias off third, Garcia off first. 1 run in. We're tied at 4. And the top man of the order, Darian Sanford, is at the plate. Sanford leading the league in steals. Another throw, not in time. So 3 consecutive throws over to first base from pitcher Chris Pike.
Well, Pike's got a pretty good pickoff move. He's quick to first, so trying to catch Garcia there, who I'm sure he's already thinking about taking second, especially with Sanford up and with his own speed, the 18 steals as you mentioned.
18 out of 21 in terms of steals. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Darian Sanford. 64 steals on the season for Sanford. The man hitting behind him, Rico Noel, with 42. That's 106. And the first 2 men in the order for the Barnstormers, who run like crazy. And the throw across once again. Diving back is Garcia.
You mentioned how much those Barnstormers love to run, easily leading the league in stolen bases with 206 on the year. And they've been caught 61 times. That's the most of any team. But again, the more you run, the more you'll get caught. That's just naturally how it will happen.
They force the issue with their speed. Fastball just outside or high or both. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Darian Sanford. Came into the game at 279, now a few notches down from there. Does not hit a homer, has knocked in 28, but again with Sanford, it's all about his speed and what he does defensively in the outfield. Coming set, Pike. 2-0 is in there for a strike, 2-1.
We talked about it a couple of times in this game where the Ducks have had opportunities potentially to get out of innings. They had that fly ball to center by Garcia that was caught. They almost doubled off the runner at first, missed. Eventually a run ended up scoring. In this case, chance potentially to get out of that inning if an accurate throw was made to third base when Bell had gone too far around the bag. They couldn't get the job done there, and a run ends up coming in to score. So the Ducks gifting the Barnstormers some runs here tonight, and you cannot do that against a team that can hit the ball as well as them.
Lancaster taking advantage of the opportunity. And there's a foul out of play left side. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. Bottom of the 4th, and we are tied at 4. The first of a doubleheader. Ducks and Lancaster, 2 for the price of 1. Single admission doubleheader. Bark in the park night. You got a lot of fans here. You've got some pooches here down the left field line. And it is getting more comfortable now than it was during the day, to be sure. Another throw across. Close again is Garcia. Gets back on the attempted pickoff. As the old saying goes, nothing slows a game down more than speed. So we have grinded to a standstill here as the Ducks try to keep Garcia out of scoring position. Frias leading off third. And the Ducks want to get out of this inning with no worse than a tie. That's where we are now. 2-2 pitch on the way as the runner takes off, and Deanna Navarro thrown out second base, not in time. Runner holds at third. That's Frias. Carlos Garcia with his 19th steal of the season as the Barnstormers continue to add to their league-leading stolen base total.
I was actually surprised to see Navarro throw down his second there. It was actually a pretty close play. But with that runner at third, Frias, who also has terrific speed, I thought the Barnstormers might try and do the same thing they did 2 innings ago. Once the throw goes down to second, the runner breaks to the plate.
3-2 pitch on the way is outside. So Darian Sanford on a 3-2 pitch gets a walk. That is the 3rd walk issued by Chris Pike.
Left fielder, number 11, Rico Noel.
So after that steal of second by Garcia, the walk to Sanford, they're loaded up for Rico Noel.
Well, Pike had been very efficient going into this inning tonight, but now up to 62 pitches here with 2 outs in the 4th. And really laboring, got to 2 outs, had a runner at second base, but from that point on, has really struggled. Of course, that little infield single, the error hurting him, a base hit to right, another steal, now a walk. And the Barnstormers looking to take the lead back.
So here's Rico Noel, big overhand curveball, lands in the strike zone, a good one. 0-1 to Rico, the left fielder for the Barnstormers. 29-year-old Oklahoma native has bounced to short both times up, 0-2. Dangerous Blake Galen waiting on deck. They're loaded up. The 0-1 pitch, another looping curveball lands high. It's 1-1. So Noel, we talked about Sanford's speed. Noel 42 for 49 in the stolen base department. So anything hit on the ground, you got to get rid of that ball quickly. Try to beat Noel to first. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the glove of Deanna Navarro, and it's 1-2. So a very big moment in this game. We're at the halfway point here. It's a 7-inning game. This is the top of the 4th. And it's tied at 4, and the Ducks at least want to preserve the tie by getting out of it, retiring Noel. Open stance from the right side. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Chris Pike. Is a ground ball right side taken by Valdespin. Has time, throws over to Washington, and that's the final out. However, in the inning for the Lancaster Barnstormers, 1 run, 2 hits, a walk, an error, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Here at Bethpage Ballpark, we're tied. It's the Ducks 4, Lancaster 4.
Hey fans, this is infielder David Washington, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Stop by today to check out their giant selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives and a luxurious customer lounge. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer. Visit online at SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more. Call 855-917-8737 today. Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? Long Island's hometown team invites you to check out the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck hasn't been reserved, the Beer Garden features a variety of the best brews, including popular fan favorites as well as local craft beer selections. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks-branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and enjoy the Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark.
Four game. We go to the bottom of the fourth here at Bethpage Ballpark. Again, this is game one of a single admission doubleheader tonight. Game two will begin about 25 minutes after the completion here of game one. They're going to have a hula hoop contest going on the lower concourse in between the games here to get the fans involved and get them excited for the second game of this doubleheader. The series will wrap up tomorrow night at 6:35 start here. And the first 1,500 kids 12 and under in attendance are going to take home a Ducks lunchbox, the perfect back-to-school item, courtesy of Scope Education Services. It's also a Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark and an unused ticket day. So if you didn't get to use your tickets to a game earlier this season, still want to come out, bring them to the box office. You can exchange them there for tickets to tomorrow night's game. Just a $1 ticket fee will apply. A great way to make sure those tickets do not go unused here in 2018.
Dan Lyons at the plate. It's a 4-4 game. Ducks and Barnstormers. Lions 1 for 1. Single to left, his first time up. 1-0 the count to Danny. As he takes a strike right down the middle, 1-1 to Dan Lyons. So it's Lyons back to the top of the order. Valdespin and Daniel Fields to face Jonathan Albaladejo. Next pitch, hard slider outside. It's 2-1. Ducks would love to get Lyons aboard. Has some speed of his own, but one of the surprising statistics as you look at Lyons' stats, does not have a steal this season.
Very true.
2-1 pitch on the way. Takes a strike. Another good pitch by Albaladejo. And as we mentioned, Albaladejo has nobody on and gets into a rhythm. He is virtually throwing the ball back as soon as he gets it. Very quick to the plate. Count 2-2. Wind up. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch to Dan Lyons, and he has struck out, 1 down.
Third strikeout of the night for Albaladejo. Lyons, who had a great series over the weekend against the Road Warriors, was 4 for 9. 3 of his hits for extra bases, 2 doubles and a homer. Now 1 for 5 thus far here in this series against Lancaster, where he struggled against this year, coming in just 4 for 29 against the Barnstormers this season.
And here's Jordani Valdespin. Fly to left. And it a long home run to right. Valdespin's 12th homer of the season. His 50th and 51st runs batted in. The 2-run homer came as part of the 3-run second inning for the Ducks as he takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Valdespin continues to add to what we feel is his Player of the Year credentials in the Atlantic League. He just keeps on going. There's a ground ball right side, hit hard, but Casey Hobson, the first baseman, snares it and will walk it over to first unassisted, 2 down.
Hard ground ball there by Valdespin, but hit right at first base. Not much he can do about that, as Hobson was right there ready for it. So there's the second out of the inning. And Albaladejo, who had that rough second inning, allowing 5 hits, 3 runs, has now combined to retire 5 of the last 6 hitters he has faced here over these past 2 innings.
And Daniel Fields has a good night going. He is 2 for 2, couple of singles, and 2 runs scored. He has scored in each of the first 2 innings. As Fields hits it out of play to the left side, 0-1. Fields came into the game at 255. That average now up to 260, and now has 40 runs scored on the season. That goes along with his 7 homers and 33 RBIs. Home plate umpire Freddie DeJesus giving that next pitch from Jonathan Albaladejo, a long look, calls it a ball. It's 1-1. Lou Ford looming on deck. Nobody on, 2 out, tied at 4, bottom of the 4th. Next pitch, overhand curveball, good change. Off speed from Albaladejo and swinging through it, Daniel Fields, 1-2.
Fields with a nice night here tonight after striking out his final 2 times up yesterday. He's come up here and pick up singles and runs in each of his first 2 at-bats tonight.
Open stance from the left side, the righty kicks and deals, skids away on a bounce from catcher Ryan Castile. That's the count now even at 2-2. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Ducks. Surprisingly enough, both errors from catcher Diana Navarro with all that major league experience. On a couple of errant throws. And 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Barnstormers. All tied here, bottom of the 4th. Next pitch downstairs, count full, 3-2 to Fields.
When Fields is at his best, he is not swinging at those breaking balls downstairs. Opposing pitchers know sometimes he can be a free swinger and go chase those. But when he's laying them off, that's when he's at his best.
Payoff pitch on the way inside. Fields works a walk. And that is the first walk tonight, brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are 29 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Albaladejo got him to swing and miss for strike 2 at one of those breaking balls downstairs. Tried to get him 3 more times to chase him, and Fields laid off all 3 times. Good plate appearance. He's now been on board all 3 times he has come to the plate tonight, and that brings up the Ducks' hottest hitter in Lou Ford, who has another multi-hit game here tonight with his 2 single and a double thus far on the evening.
Lou Ford now at 303 on the season, came in at 300. He's 2 for 2. As Michael mentioned, a single and a double, a run driven in the 2nd inning. And he takes outside. It's 1-0 to Lou.
In his last 16 games played, Ford now with 10 multi-hit games.
Incredible. Age 42. Looks more like 22 at the plate. A close stance from the right side. Albaladejo checks the runner. That's Fields. And now a near balk as the pitcher, Albaladejo, almost came to a complete stop and then threw it with a little hesitation waltz action on the mound. That nearly gave Fields second base. So Fields still at first, Ford at the plate, the 1-0 pitch on the way, just missing outside corner, 2-0.
During those last 15 games coming into tonight, .412 batting average for Ford, 21 hits in his last 51 at-bats, has raised his batting average 16 points in that span, and his on-base percentage 22 points.
2-0 pitch is on the way outside. Albaladejo held on to that one just a little too long and was nowhere near the plate, so it's 3 balls and no strikes to Lou.
I think they're pitching carefully here to Ford with Art on deck. Art 0 for 2 thus far tonight.
I don't think Albaladejo or the Barnstormers want anything to do with Lou Ford right here. 3-0. And that one does nip the outside corner. It's 3-1. Lou in his 9th season with the Long Island Ducks, his 5th as player coach. Leads in a number of all-time categories as a Duck. Swing and a miss. 3-1. Lou was looking to untie this game and add an insurance run with 1 swing. So the count now full.
Now I'll let Fields get in motion here with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. That'll certainly help the Ducks if Ford is able to connect for an extra base hit.
Not much of a breeze anywhere, but Lou with plenty of power to hit 1 out. If he connects, 3-2 as he slams one down the right field line. Going to be trouble. Trayvon Robinson over his head and up against the wall. Being waved in is Daniel Fields, and he will make it without a throw. Another RBI double for Lou Ford. Who let the dogs out? Lou let the dogs out. Ducks lead 5-4.
3 for 3 for Lou Ford, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. And obviously there with a 3-2 pitch and Fields going. No chance for the Barnstormers to get him at the plate. Fields scores his 3rd run of the night. And man, Lou Ford is just unconscious at the plate right now. And it just shows how good of a hitter he is, how he keeps driving the ball the other way. His 2nd double down the right field line tonight. Amazing just how good of a hitter he is.
Taylor Ard 0 for 2 tonight. Lou in scoring position. The Ducks have retaken the lead. It's been a wild one here in the first game of a twin bill at Bethpage Ballpark. And a big swing by Ard, hits it in the air. Shallow center, Darian Sanford with his speed, no problem, and comes in and makes the catch. However, in the inning, for the Long Island Ducks, with 2 outs, nobody on, a Daniel Fields walk, and another RBI double for Lou Ford, who is now 3 for 3. Ducks score 1, leave 1, and now have a 1-run lead. The score after 4, the Ducks 5, Lancaster 4.
Hey fans, this is Taylor Ard, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
We've had a pitching change here at Bethpage Ballpark in relief of Chris Pike. To begin the top of the 5th here, it is the big right-hander from New York City, 6'1" left-hander rather, Fernando Abad, who has not given up a run in 10 appearances in relief for the Long Island Ducks. 9 2/3, no runs given up. He has struck out 10, walked 2, and has a couple of saves as well as he gets a strike in on Blake Galen. Lefty-lefty matchup here. So Kevin Baez elected to go with the southpaw against one of the leading hitters in the league, Blake Galen. And the next pitch in the dirt to catcher Deanna Navarro, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Fernando Abad in on relief of Chris Pike, who went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, struck out 1, but leaves with the lead. 5-4 Ducks lead, top of the 5th in a 7-inning game, first of 2 at Bethpage Ballpark, as Galen smokes it to right field. Miles Williams races over, and it falls in front of him. Galen with a base hit down the right field line and holds it first. The leadoff runner is aboard for Lancaster.
I'm sure part of the thought is obviously you had the lefty Galen to begin the inning. You have Trayvon Robinson now, who hits better against righty pitching than he does lefty pitching. So I'm sure that was part of it, but also Kevin Baez, he's now got a lead to work with at 5-4, and of course in a 7-inning game, only 3 more innings technically that they would be in the field, and he has been going of late with Abad as his 7th inning guy, Andrasek in the 8th, and K-Rod in the 9th. So here would probably try and go Abad, Andrasek, K-Rod, 5th, 6th, 7th, if the formula works.
Fastball to Trayvon Robinson is up high. It's 1-0. Robinson 1 for 2 tonight, led off the 2nd with a single. And that was the start of a 3-run rally for Lancaster in inning number 2. Is also lined to right. Batting for the right side, Galen, the tying run is aboard. Being held on by David Washington at first base. Abad to the plate, hits the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-1.
Well, Chris Pike ends up going four innings for the Ducks. He allows 4 runs, all earned on 5 hits. Already walked 3, struck out 1 through 66 pitches on the night, 43 of them for strikes.
So maybe not as dominating as he would have liked, but he does leave with the lead. Abad's next pitch. Fastball just missing the outside corner. And it's 2-1 to Robinson. Catcher Ryan Castile is waiting on deck.
He had that one real rocky inning in the second inning, but could have been helped out by a couple of defensive plays that might have gotten him out of further trouble in that inning. Wasn't. And then again in the fourth, the defense did not help him out to get him out of trouble.
2-1 pitch. Big overhand breaking ball. Inside corner strike. Robinson didn't know what to do with that pitch and took it. Called a strike by Freddie DeJesus, home plate umpire. It's 2-2. Good change of speeds by Abad, who can be as tough on right-handers as he is on left, but batting from the left side, and he is nasty. Takes a long look into catcher Tiana Navarro, and now stepping out is Robinson. Galen, among the other things he does well, he can steal. He has 12 steals on the season, has been caught 8 times, but as we said, everyone on the Barnstormers loves to run. 2-2 pitch, good fastball, a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Navarro, 1 down.
That's what Abad has been doing well, mixing up really 2 primary pitches, that hard fastball and the big curveball. We just saw it on back-to-back pitches. The nasty breaking ball over the inner half that was taken for the called strike by Robinson. He follows that nasty breaking ball up with a hard fastball that zips over the outside corner. Robinson late on it, the timing thrown off, and there's the first out of the inning.
And here's catcher Ryan Castile, an RBI double in the second inning. Is also flied to right. First pitch inside. 1-0. We don't have the benefit of looking at a radar gun here from our vantage point here at Bethpage Ballpark, but Abad must be throwing mid to upper 90s. I mean, there's so much pop on that fastball. Hardly any time for the batter to react. 1-0 the count to Castile. At first, Galen taking a short lead. Next pitch in there, 1-1.
It's got to be so hard for a hitter to be juggling in their mind. Is he going to go with that fastball, go with the breaking ball? Obviously, if you think one or the other, your bat's either going to be way too slow or way too fast. So Abad really has these hitters guessing somewhat. That's what makes life a lot tougher for the Barnstormers.
1-1 count, pitch on the way. There's a fastball, little number, right side. Going to be a tough play. Abad tags the runner. Did he? No, he did not. Abad did not have time to flip it to Washington at first and tried to reach out and make the tag himself. Castile, though, eludes the tag. And Kevin Baez is out for an explanation, as Abad is saying that he did clip Castile on the arm. So we've got an argument, a discussion down the first base line. Will probably go to no avail. There's no replay here, and it's going to be runners on first and second with 1 down.
Abad thought that he had applied the tag there on the runner as he came by. Kevin Baez talking with Fred DeJesus, who was trailing the play. Silvio Martinez, the first base umpire, was the one who made the call, saying that he was safe and that he had missed the tag. And so instead of 2 outs and a runner at second base, it's now going to be first and second with 1 away. Obviously a big play in this game, especially with the fact that it's a 1-run game. It's the 5th inning of a 7-inning game. Not as much time following it. So Kevin Baez frustrated here, thinking that they had the call, and he wants to get the umpires together to discuss it. Now, there's no question the third base umpire could have seen it. I think he wants to see Silvio Martinez, the first base umpire, come in for the discussion as well. But he will not get that opportunity and just kind of wave Silvio Martinez off.
I might be wrong, Michael, but first base umpire Silvio Martinez, I don't believe he made the initial call. I think he was blocked. He pointed at Freddie DeJesus, who said safe, and then he agreed and made the safe call. In any case, it goes down to an infield hit for Ryan Castile, much to the chagrin of Kevin Baez and first baseman David Washington and the pitcher, Fernando Abad, who believes he did tag Castile. But 2 runners on, only 1 out. Josh Bell at the plate, who has walked twice and scored 2 runs and has stolen 2 bases. An eventful night for Bell at the plate, who takes outside. It's 1-0. So the Ducks leading by 1, 5-4, but that lead again in jeopardy with 1 down and 2 on. Here in the top of the 5th, Abad's pitch hit in the air, playable. Right center field, Daniel Fields giving way to right fielder Miles Williams. Tagging is Blake Galen. He will go to third. Holding on at first is Castile. Runners on the corners now, but a big second out registered in right field.
They needed that second out, but I'm telling you, these Barnstormers team, they run on everything. If there's a fly ball that is more than a third of the way to the outfield, and they're at second base, they're taking third, they run everywhere. And that's what makes it so hard. They just try and put as much pressure on the pitcher and the defense as possible. And that was not hit all that deep off the bat of Josh Bell, but even Williams could not get the out there at third, as Galen was able to move from second to third. And so now the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first, 2 away. A lefty-lefty matchup here with Casey Hobson. I'm trying to look at the replay here to see whether or not he did get the tag on. It is so tough to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, if he did, he just grazed him. It certainly was not a clear tag, but if he did, he just grazed the arm.
Hobson at the plate and takes a strike. Good pitch from Abad. It's 0-1. I'll tell you something, by the way, Lancaster and Skipper Ross Peoples plays baseball. I love it. This is something you don't see at the major league level all that often. It's basically wait for the 3-run homer now or watch a strikeout. Here, you're seeing them run all over the place. It's exciting. 0-1 pitch downstairs. It's 1-1. Casey Hobson hit a bloop single his first time up in the second inning. And it's also fly to right. The son of former Major Leaguer and former Atlantic League manager Butch Hobson, who is still managing in the minors. It's 1-1 and a swing and a miss. Good pitch that was diving away from Hobson. He lunged for it, missed it. It's 1-2.
So Bond is able to get ahead in the count here against the dangerous Hobson, who was 1 for 2, as you mentioned. What is he going to do here? Try and blow a fastball by him or try and get him looking at a breaking ball? Let's see.
He's got options. Runners on the corners, 1-2, and that one's fouled right back to the top of the netting. If that misses the top of the netting, it lands in Michael Pollock's lap. That was ticketed for you.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't destroy the laptop, we're good.
Could have bounced off your head. You wouldn't care.
Nah, there's not much up there anyway, so we're good.
Worried more about the laptop. Yep. That's a 21st century broadcaster for you. 1-2 the count to Hobson. Coming set above the pitch. That big overhand breaking ball is very high. Navarro has to come out of the crouch to catch that one, and the count now even at 2-2 with 2 down, 2 on. We're tied. We'll make that 5-4. The Lancaster trying to tie it here, trying to push that run across, which is Blake Galen at third. Castile taking a short lead off first. Coming set, Abad. And the pitch to Hobson. Swing and a miss! Big strikeout. Second strikeout in the inning for Abad. Third overall for the Ducks. And the Barnstormers, who had runners on the corners with only 1 down, make that first and second with 1 down, and then corners with 2 down, and Casey Hobson is struck out, and the Ducks retire the Barnstormers and retain the lead. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in this 7-inning first game of a doubleheader. Ducks still leading the Barnstormers 5-4.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Daniel Fields, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, we are back here at Bethpage Ballpark. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Long Island Ducks with a 5-4 lead. Some out-of-town scores for you. The Ducks are getting some good news in Bridgewater, New Jersey, where the Road Warriors are out to an early 3-0 lead over the Somerset Patriots. Andres Caceres on the mound tonight for the Road Warriors. Kyle Davies, some early struggles for Somerset. Edwin Gomez with 2 RBIs. Gustavo Pierre with 1 thus far for the Road Warriors to lead the way. And the Bees are at home taking on the York Revolution. Bottom of the 3rd inning, they are tied at 2.
And David Washington is at the plate, and he takes a ball, 1-0.
Meanwhile, the right-hander Mitch Atkins on the mound tonight for the Revolution. Brandon Beachy started for the Bees. Sam Yervasio has come in after just 2 innings from Beachy.
Next pitch is wide, 2-0.
For the Bees tonight, RBIs from Jovan Rosa and Vicente Condi. For the Revolution, Jared Mitchell has driven in a run. Again, that game 2-2 bottom half of the 3rd.
And the next pitch is a little low. It's 3-0 to David Washington, who tonight is 1 for 2. Has singled in a run on the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Ducks leading it 5-4, bottom of the 5th. Looking for some insurance runs up on the board as Washington takes a strike, 3-1.
Skeeters Blue Crabs will get underway just after 8 o'clock p.m. It'll be Craig Stem on the mound for Southern Maryland. Lucas Irvin, the former Patriot, on the hill for the Skeeters.
And the pitch nips the outside corner by Alba Ladejo, and it's 3-2 full count on Washington. Very quickly into the delivery, Alba Ladejo. The 3-2 pitch is low. Washington walks. Ball skips away from Ryan Castile behind the plate, but not nearly far enough for Washington to get into scoring position. So David with a walk. That's another Ducks walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are 29 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
Good job by Washington to get on base for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring up Miles Williams to the plate. Mets and Cubs started there today, finishing up the suspended game from last night in 11 innings. Cubs got the win at 2-1.
Alba Ladejo coming set. Long look in. Trying to vary that time to the plate as Williams lines one left field, and it's caught on a line by Rico Noel. Scampering back to first is David Washington. So hitting it right on the screws is Miles Williams, but right at Rico Noel, who made a catch just taking a few steps in on the run. 1 down.
A tough break at that ball right on the button. Ben Zobrist had the winning hit for the Cubs in the continuation of that suspended game. The winning pitcher for Chicago ended up being Jesse Chavez, who improved to 2-1. Paul Sewell took the loss for the Mets, who falls to 0-5.
Deanna Navarro at the plate, the Ducks catcher and former major leaguer, who's been charged with 2 errors here tonight. At the plate, 0 for 2. He's bounced to third twice. So David Washington, who runs very well for a big man and takes off. The pitch is inside and no throw from catcher Ryan Castile. Another steal for David Washington, his 13th of the season. Washington, who is listed at 6'5", 240. That 240 is probably just an estimate, and runs like a freight train. Get out of his way, good speed, and has another steal. He's in scoring position. Navarro at the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. Ladejo will turn and take a look at Washington. Now takes a second look and comes to the plate and hits the outside corner. Good pitch, 1-1.
And the regularly scheduled game today, Mets defeated the Cubs 10-3. Jason Vargas, another win for the lefty, improves to 5-8. The loser for the Cubs was Alec Mills, who falls to 0-1 on the year. Todd Frazier, a grand slam, his 16th home run of the season.
Yeah, that came in the first inning, getting the Mets off to a nice 4-0 start before the Cubs even came up. Next pitch, another hard slider or fastball from Alba Ladejo. Hits the outside corner again. It's 1-2.
The Yankees trailing at home 2-0 right now, bottom of the 2nd inning against the Chicago White Sox.
Boy, the White Sox have given the Yankees fits. They were fortunate to come from behind and get a Walker off homer from Mr. Walker last night. And there's a ground ball right back to the mound. Little nubber taken by Alba Ladejo. The throw across to first baseman Casey Hobson in time. Crossing over to third is David Washington, but now 2 down.
Now, David, last night after Walker hit that walk-off home run, I used the term Walker off home run. You can't be stealing my lines now.
Well,
I know you telepathically heard me say it.
Eventually, after the fact, Michael Kay did it.
Oh, okay.
On the Yes Network.
He's the first one that heard me say it.
Yeah, I'm sure. He didn't say it in calling the homer. But then in recapping it, he said a walker-off home run for Neil Walker.
He doesn't have the David Weiss home run calling skills, that's for sure.
I mean, see ya over and over again.
You would have had that ready to go.
It gets old. It gets, see ya. Enough for it. All right, there's a curveball, backdoor breaking ball for a strike against Anthony Vega, who doubled down the right field line and would eventually come around to score as part of the Ducks' 3-run second inning. That was his first at-bat. He has also bounced to second. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Vega at the plate. Runner on third, David Washington. There are 2 down. Ducks would love to get this run in. Pitch is downstairs, blocked by Castile, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's something that Michael Kay also says that bothers me, among the many things, and I'll just rattle them off now. But if it's a 2-game series, that's a 2-game set. If it's a 3-game series, it's a series. You can't have a 3-game set. You can't have a 4-game set. A set is 2 pieces, period.
Fair enough.
And I got something else I'll bring up with you, too, see if you agree. It's 1-1 to Vega. Swing and a miss. Good swing by Vega. Looking to hit it hard someplace, but swung through it. When a catch is made in the outfield, Michael Kay will say, well, he makes the play. A play involves 2 things, a catch and a throw, a play on the infield. A play cannot be a catch. A catch is just a catch. That's not a play. Do you agree with that?
That one I think I can agree with.
All right, thank you. That drives me nuts. A great catch in the outfield is not a play. If he gets up and throws a runner out, that's a play.
I thought a play is what you see on Broadway.
That too. That's a musical. Musicals with music.
Doesn't have to be a musical, though.
We are getting so far.
I will say this, though. What if you have a baseball card set? A card set with multiple different cards. Is that really only 2 pieces?
I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it.
See, I think a set, you can call a 3-game or a 4-game or a set. The play thing I'll agree with, though.
All right, we'll see. All right, I'll give that some thought. Might be wrong. There's a ground ball left side, taken by third baseman Josh Bell. The throw across in the dirt. Not handled by K.C. Hobson. Vega's speed made that happen. And scoring on the play is David Washington. And the Ducks get that important 6th run and lead it 6-4. So we'll see how it's scored. But Vega's speed created the throw by Josh Bell. He hurried it. It was in the dirt in between Hop to Hobson. Vega may have beaten that out anyway. But the result is the same. Washington scores from third. It is 6-4 Ducks.
It's tough. You're right. He does have the very good speed, but I think an accurate throw there, no question, has him. I think Bell just rushed the throw, threw it down into the dirt. They'll rule it an E5. And so Vega doesn't get the RBI, but he does get a board, and the Ducks had an insurance run.
Again, give credit to Vega, busting it out of the box from the very first step. Dan Lyons at the plate. Vega with lots of speed at first base. We'll see if he takes off at some point during this at-bat. Alba Ladejo looks in. Now will throw across. Vega dives back. So Washington led off the 5th inning with a walk. Stoll's second. His 13th steal of the season. Miles Williams lined out. Navarro bounces back to the box, with Washington crossing over to third, and Vega getting aboard by way of an error, and a run came in. That's another pickoff attempt, and Vega dives back. So the Ducks were looking for insurance, and they've got it. In this 7-inning game, here in the bottom of the 5th, an important 6th run, and the Ducks lead it by a deuce, 6-4. Lions tonight, 1 for 2. Single to left, and it's also struck out. And now Alba Ladejo comes to the plate, and taking off is Vega, an easy steal of second base. The pitch was high. Lyons took it. Ryan Castillo has a very good arm, but the throw sailed a bit and was high. And Vega, with his 22nd steal of the season, he's been caught only once. 22 out of 23, and he's in scoring position now with Lyons at the plate.
Vega then, again, making things happen again with his speed. Again, he doesn't get credit for the hit, but it is his speed that certainly made it happen where Bell rushed that throw. And again, gets into scoring position now as the Ducks look to add more insurance.
And stepping off is Alba Ladejo as he's watching Vega very carefully at second base. And with Lyons at the plate, second baseman Carlos Garcia is closest to the bag. We'll see if Alba Ladejo actually attempts a pickoff here. As Garcia now backs off, looks like Alba Ladejo is going to come to the plate. Pitch to Lyons, slider outside, 1-0. So 1 run in here. with Vega at second base. 2 down, the Ducks have doubled their 1-run lead, now lead at 6-4. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Ducks, 4 runs, 7 hits for Lancaster. Pitch to Lyons on the way, takes it for a strike, 2-1.
No surprise to see him there taking 2-0 after Albaladejo had some trouble throwing strikes. Now he's got a good hitter's count. I'm sure he'll be ready to hack against the righty.
Albaladejo comes to the plate, the 2-1, well outside. Blocked by Castile for a moment, didn't know where it was, but corrals it quickly as the runner Vega holds on, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Dan Lyons. And I'm not sure if Albaladejo wants to issue Lyons a free pass despite the fact first base is open. Why? I'll give you the answer in one word. Valdespin. He's on deck. Nobody wants to face him.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't think, especially considering he gave up a 2-run home run on him earlier in the game, you don't want to give a free pass to a guy who coming into the game was hitting just .219 and has had a little dribbler to third and a strikeout in this game. I'm sure he's going to be looking to attack him. He doesn't want to give up more hits and fall behind, but at the same time, you don't want to put another guy on base for Valdespin with what he can do at the bat.
So Lyons should get something good to swing at here. Albaladejo looks in, gets the sign from Castile. And now the pickoff attempt. No throw, but Albaladejo stepped off as second baseman Carlos Garcia came in behind the runner, Vega. But there was no throw, of course, no balk. You can fake all you want to second base. 3-1 pitch to Lyons, a swing and a miss. That was a good slider.
Yeah, definitely a good pitch. See, right before that pitch, if I had more time, I was going to say, if I'm Lyons, I'm not swinging there. The reason why, he's got to come back with 2 strikes regardless. Otherwise, Valdespin's coming to the plate. So on that pitch, even if he throws a strike, you still have a pitch to work with. And there he ends up swinging at what would have probably been ball 4.
So, count now full on Dan Lyons. Vega has to hold on at second base, but he's running with the quack of the bat. And Lyons swings and misses and strikes out. So that is the 4th strikeout overall for Albaladejo. He has struck out Lyons twice, and Vega is stranded at third base. However, in the inning, the Ducks do push a run across without the benefit of a base hit. There was a walk and error, and a man left. At the end of 5 complete in this 7-inning game, the Ducks lead the Barnstormers 6-4.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
We go to the 6th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. 6-4, the Ducks in front of the Barnstormers in game 1 of this single admission doubleheader, and it'll be righty Logan Andrasek who comes into this ballgame to take over for Fernando Abad, who has now made 11 consecutive scoreless appearances since joining the Ducks. He did allow 2 hits in that 5th inning, one a little dribbler up the first base line, but ultimately strikes out 2. Strands both runners on base. The Ducks able to keep the lead intact. They add on an insurance run, and now it'll be righty Logan Andrasek, who has been serving as the setup man in the 8th inning of late, He'll take over on the mound and face Frias, Garcia, and Sanford, 8, 9, and 1, and the Barnstormers order here in the 6th.
Ondrasek making his 14th appearance overall, all in relief, 14 and a third innings pitched. Has struck out 21, walked only 5, an ERA of 1.88. Overall record of 2-1. And as Michael mentioned, the setup man for K-Rod, who we expect to see in the 7th. And the first pitch, fastball inside on Frias, missing, 1 ball and no strikes. Vladimir Frias, the shortstop for Lancaster, hit into a force play, which drove in a run back in the 2nd inning. Also stole a base, infield hit in the 4th. Swing and a miss, big home run hack and a miss by Frias. It's 1-1.
Ondrasek, that imposing presence on the mound at 6'8", and he's got that hard fastball as we saw there. Frias, a very good hitter, could not catch up to it on the outer half of the plate.
Ondrasek, fastball outside. That's 2 balls and a strike. Ondrasek listed at 6'8", 230. And that 230 might be accurate. You look at him on the thin side, all arms and legs. You don't know where that ball's coming from. Here's a ground ball right side. That's foul, and it's 2-2 to Frias. Carlos Garcia, number 9 man in the order, waiting on deck, and then back to the top of the order, and Darian Sanford. The Ducks with a 2-run lead at 6-4. And with Lancaster down to their final 6 outs, the Ducks would love to keep the bases clear and keep the tying run away from home plate. Foul straight back, count remains 2-2.
Ondrasek pitching for the first time since Sunday when he picked up the victory. Long Island brought in the right-hander to pitch the top of the 10th inning in a tied ball game. He worked around a hit-by pitch, struck out the side in the 10th. Ducks won it in the bottom half of the inning.
2-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball, worm burner. Second baseman Valdespin to throw across, gets Frias, 1 down.
Good start for Ondrasek, and how about Fernando Abad in the 7th? Ran into some trouble, of course, the leadoff single by Galen, and then that little dribbler where he just missed the tag on the first baseline of Castile. And so now Abad, in his Ducks career, 11 appearances, 10 and 2/3 innings, no runs, 10 hits allowed, just 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts for the lefty. He has been as good as advertised since coming here to Long Island and been a big part of the back end of the bullpen's surge of late.
He has been money in the bank. Carlos Garcia at the plate, second baseman, number 9 man in the order for Lancaster. He has flied out to center, singled, and stole his 19th base of the season. Hits it right back to the mound, underhand toss from Ondrasek to first baseman David Washington, and very quickly 2 up and 2 down.
Garcia trying to use his speed to get on there, but bunted it much too hard and right back to the mound. Again, with Ondrasek's hard fastball, it's very hard to deaden that ball at home plate. And there Garcia kind of pushed it a little bit too far forward on the bunt attempt, and all it did was result in a 1-hop comebacker right to Ondrasek, who was able to convert for the easy out.
Well, Ducks pitching and dealing with the first 2 speedsters at the top of the Lancaster batting order have been very successful tonight. The combination of Sanford and Noel with 106 combined steals and all that speed, they are a combined 0 for 5 with a walk. It was Darian Sanford who walked in the 4th inning. That's been the only time either of those 2 guys has been on base. So Sanford 0 for 2 with a walk and a 1 ball and no strike count here. 2 outs, nobody on. Ducks leading 6-4, top of inning number 6 of this 7-inning affair. And there's a drag bunt attempt by Sanford, foul, and it's 1-1.
And Sanford drew that walk with 2 outs in the 4th and with 2 on, so it loaded the bases. There was really nowhere for him to go. So ultimately, the Ducks pitching staff has done a very good job against those 2, and to boot, neither of them have hit the ball to the outfield yet. So everything has been on the infield for them, and the Ducks pitching staff has done well to keep them off the bases or out of situations where they can run wild.
1-1 pitch on the way outside. 2 balls and a strike. And we mentioned the league-leading totals of stolen bases for Lancaster. And root against them if you want, but they play an exciting brand of baseball. 2-1 pitch, just up high with a fastball, and it's 3-1. Walking Sanford would be dangerous. It would mean he would take off, look to steal second, get in scoring position. But the Ducks do lead by 2. 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball hits the outside corner for a strike. Count full.
I'm not surprised to see Sanford there take a 3-1 to try and, as you mentioned, get on base and run. You do have Noel on deck, who has grounded out 3 different times. But Andrzej comes back with a big strike. Let's see if he can get another.
Payoff pitch on the way. A swing and a foul at the plate. Navarro unable to hang on, so Sanford barely stays alive.
And this is game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 will come up about 25 minutes after the completion of this one. It'll be righty Lorenzo Barcelo on the mound for the Ducks, and that righty Tyrell Harris, the former Revolution pitcher for the Barnstormers.
Payoff pitch on the way to Sanford. Ground ball, right side, just wide of the first base bag. Foul. So the count remains full. It's 3-2. With 2 down, nobody on. Ducks leading by 2. The top of the 6th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Bit of a breeze is kicked up now toward left field. It's still humid, but not nearly as oppressive as it was during the day today. Payoff pitch is on the way. There's a base hit left field. Inside-out swing from Sanford. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it through the left side between Taylor Ard at third and Dan Lyons at short. So Sanford with his first hit of the evening, and Rico Noel is up.
And not much you can do about that. Sanford with a good at-bat there. Was able to get the count full. Actually got it 3-1 in his favor. And then with 2 strikes on him, had to foul off a couple tough pitches from Andrzej just to stay alive. Punches one the other way. Now he is aboard with 2 outs, and you can bet he'll be looking to take off for second. And now it'll be up to Noel to try and keep this inning going. He is 0 for 3 thus far with 2 groundouts to short and 1 a second.
Sanford with 64 steals on the season, caught stealing 21 times. Leads in both those categories. Coming set. And now stepping off and stepping away is Rico Noel at the plate and Andrzej on the mound. Now, Noel does represent the tying run at the plate, but has only 1 home run this season. Not a home run threat. But for the Lancaster, they'd love to get Sanford in scoring position and tighten this game up, as Noel takes a home run cut right on cue. Looked like he was trying to hit that out. Fouls it back to the screen, 0-1.
Well, more so, he's just looking to get on base to the guy who's waiting on deck, who right now represents the go-ahead run, of course, in the dangerous Blake Galen, who has shown more home run power than anybody else in the league this year. So, big batter in this point of the game here for Logan Andrzej after allowing the 2-out single to Sanford.
Andrzej looking into Diana Navarro for the side. In deliberate fashion, finally gets it. Sanford right about at the cutout with his lead. Andrzej taking a long time coming to the plate. Too long for Noel's liking, and he steps out. So we'll reset it. Sanford retakes his lead as Noel now slowly climbs back into the batter's box.
Presumably there, Andrzej also trying to throw off the timing of Sanford at first base. It looks like Noel having some words with Diana Navarro, the catcher, home plate umpire Fred DeJesus, and now he steps out again. And now the fans are getting frustrated about it.
Oh yes, frustration from every corner of the ballpark as we're finally ready to go again. Noel with an open stance from the right side is in. The runner takes off. Navarro can't come up with it. As diving into second base with his 65th steal of the season is Darian Sanford. So he's in scoring position now. And it's a 1-1 count on Noel at the plate. Even if Navarro came up with that, I don't think he would have gotten Sanford, who had a very good jump.
He certainly did. The pitch was designed to be on the outer half of the plate, even off the corner potentially, trying to give Navarro a chance to make a good throw down to second, but the ball ended up down in the dirt, and Navarro could not come up with it cleanly.
So Noel at the plate. The pitch, good curveball, hits the inside corner. It's 1-2.
Oh, that was a nasty pitch. Noel thought that was coming up right inside on him, and the ball just broke down right over the inside corner of the plate. Good offering from Andrzej, and now he's a strike 3 away from sending it to the bottom of the 6th.
As Michael mentioned just moments ago, with Blake Galen on deck, the Ducks need to get Noel right here, right now. The pitch downstairs, blocked by Diana Navarro, and the count now even at 2-2. With 2 down, a runner on second. That's Sanford. The Ducks leading by 2. And number 2, Blake Galen on deck. So the deuces are a bit wild here. Big moment in this game. Nice crowd on hand that includes doggies down the left field line on Park in the Park night. 2-2 pitch just inside and a bit high. Good pop on the fastball from Andrzej, but he missed inside. The count now full at 3-2.
Well, this is going to be a big pitch here, obviously. A 3-2 count with 2 outs. The man waiting on deck, Blake Galen. This is a big point here for Andrzejczyk to try and get Noel out and avoid bringing Galen up with the tying runs on base.
Count full, 2 down, 1 on. The pitch on the way is a ground ball toward the middle. It's taken by Jordani Valdespin, and now they got the runner hung up. That's the runner, Sanford, caught between third and home. The throw to third, now back home. The Ducks running the pickle play, and tagged out is Sanford between third and home, and the Ducks get out of it. Sanford with a base running mistake and running the Barnstormers out of the inning. Rico Noel with a ground ball up the middle, taken by Valdespin, who threw it to third base and hung up between third and home with Sanford, who went too far around the third base bag. So we'll recap that if you're scoring in just a moment, but the result, the Barnstormers do not score. No runs, a hit, and 1 left at the end of 5.5. Go to the bottom of the 6th. The Ducks lead the Barnstormers 6-4.
Hey fans, this is Tyler Badamo, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Well, as David said, before we went to break, we would recap for you what happened there. If you're scoring at home, it goes down as an infield single for Rico Noel, the little chopper over the mound towards the middle of the infield, and what a great play by Jordani Valdespin, who deserves all the credit on that play. He knew right away he was very, very, very unlikely to have a chance at Rico Noel at first with his speed, and also knows Sanford's speed, who was presumably thinking that Valdespin was going to make the throw to first. So Sanford rounded third, rounded it too far. Valdespin immediately saw it, ran after him, didn't rush the throw. They got him in the rundown, and the put out between third and home was 4-2-5-2. Valdespin to Navarro to Art and back to Navarro, who chased him down, applied the tag, and it gets the Ducks out of trouble and keeps Galen on deck.
And Jordani Valdespin, as so often the case, you see somebody make a great play, they come up in the top half of the next inning. Valdespin is at the plate. He is 1 for 3 here tonight. He is flied out and grounded out, sandwiched around a 2-run homer in the second inning over both walls to right field. Part of a 3-run second inning for the Ducks. 6-4 Ducks lead, bottom of the 6th. As Valdespin takes an off-speed backdoor breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-2. Valdespin, Fields, and Ford, the top 3 in the order for the Long Island Ducks, who are looking for even a little more insurance if possible. They have a 2-run lead. Looking to pad that a bit here for K-Rod, who we expect to see in the top of the 7th. As Valdespin checks his swing on a fastball, it's a 1-2.
Well, no lead is ever too big, so certainly insurance would be helpful. Jonathan Albaladejo, meanwhile, after his struggles early, has settled in for the most part pretty nicely here tonight and is giving them length. He's at 97 pitches right now and trying to get through 6 innings here tonight.
Next pitch, fouled out of play, left side. So Albaladejo, real survivor in this game. We said we've given up 6 runs and 10 hits, but still in there. A real workhorse for Lancaster. In a doubleheader, you're trying to preserve components of your bullpen to be sure, but even with 6 runs given up, still in there. Albaladejo, the 1-2 on the way to Valdespin, a swing and a little nubber behind the plate. And Jordani stays alive. It remains 1-2.
job to fight off that tough pitch from Al Baladejo, stay alive at the plate. And looking ahead, the Barnstormers will have the heart of their order coming to the plate in the 7th. It'll be Galen, Robinson, and Castile, 3, 4, and 5, presumably against Francisco Rodriguez.
Jordani back in there from the left side. Alba Ladejo kicks and deals. The 1-2 off-speed pitch hit a mile high left center field. Darian Sanford waits for it to come down, and it does in the webbing of his glove. 1 down.
So Al Baladejo, who went 5 1/3 innings his last time out, was roughed up for 12 runs and 14 hits. Has not quite had as much offense against him this time, but 6 runs given up, 10 hits as well for the Ducks offense here tonight. And trying to get through this 6th inning, keeping this game at 2 before the Barnstormers come up to bat in the 7th.
Daniel Fields at the plate, has had a good night. Hits one down at the plate, is a foul ball. That was close to being fair. Fields did not move. Ryan Castile, catcher for the Barnstormers, popped out of that crouch, throwing it to first just in case it was ruled fair. It was not. Fields tonight is 2 for 2 with a walk. He has scored 3 runs. Every time up, he has come around to score. Couple of singles and that walk in the 4th. Fields with 3 runs scored tonight of the 6 scored by the Ducks. And Fields fouls one. Looked like off his foot. Might have been the top of the shoe, which really hurts. And it's 0-2 as Fields tries to walk it off. Lou Ford waiting on deck. And Lou tonight, perfect night, 3 for 3. Came into the game at 300 and is now over that. The ageless wonder continues to come through.
Fields and Ford, as you mentioned earlier, the F&F boys have done quite a good job tonight fueling this offense.
Alba Ladejo with the 0-2 offering to Fields on the way. Fastball high and away. It's 1-2.
And Ford has been doing it, of course, a ton of late. Valdespina as well. But Ford has been a multi-hit machine of late, and Fields earlier this month it's cooled off a little, but back hot tonight.
1-2 pitch, ground ball foul out in front. Fields on an off-speed pitch, and the count remains 1-2.
Kevin Baez had said if the Ducks are going to be successful, especially after Bonifacio and Snyder departed, they were going to need guys like Fields to step up. Fields really has done a very nice job of that here in the month of August. Some other key components of their lineup as well, especially catcher Ramon Cabrera.
1-2 pitch to Fields on the way is high and tight. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cabrera will very likely be catching the second game of this doubleheader after Navarro catches here in what has been a very long game 1.
Alba Ladejo quickly into the delivery. 2-2 pitch downstairs. And the count now full at 3-2.
Obviously, with the way Ford has been swinging the bat, Ducks would love Fields to get aboard here, just like he did in the 4th via the walk.
And Ford then hit a double down the right field line that drove in Fields all the way from first base. They would love to see a little deja vu with that. Payoff pitch on the way is hit on a line, center field, coming in hard and making the catch is Darian Sanford. Sliding catch. Sanford went back, then came in. Center fielders will always tell you the hardest one to catch is the one hit right at you. But Sanford made up for the misjudgment with his speed, and Fields lines out. He hit it hard. Here comes Lou.
Yeah, no question, that was not an easy play for Sanford. That ball was hit right on the button once again by Fields. It's one of those where it stinks of your Fields that you get out, but you feel good about how you hit the ball. He squared it up well, hit it right back up the middle, just hung up there long enough for the speedy Sanford, who had a little trouble with it, but does find a way to make that catch.
So here's Lou, age 42, 3 for 3. 2 RBI doubles and a single back in the first. He is now at 305 and has now cracked the top 10 in hitting in the Atlantic League. 3 for 3 tonight. 1-0 pitch on the way. Big looping curveball hits the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. I had an opportunity to bump into Endy Chavez of the Somerset Patriots, former New York Met, who's now 40 and still playing well for the Pats. And I saw him at the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame golf outing. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Lou with a big cut and fouls it right back to the mitt of catcher Ryan Castile. And Endy's a wonderful guy, good golfer. And he was at that charity fundraiser outing. And I was talking to Endy, and I said, age 40, huh? Well, that's pretty young compared to, and I didn't have to finish the sentence. He says, yes, Lou, he and I are still doing it, and he's right. 1-2 pitch on the way inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Endy looks great, still playing young, and famous, of course, for that snow cone catch over the left field wall in that playoff game against the St. Louis Cardinals in 2006, a game the Mets lost as Ford fouls it out of play to the right side. And I asked Endy about that. How do you feel being remembered for an incredible catch that's overshadowed by Carlos Beltran looking at a called third strike in a game that was lost? And he said he was just happy to be a Met, thrilled to have had a chance, and still wishes the Mets had won. 2-2 pitch inside, count full, 3-2.
He and I'm sure millions of Mets fans in the New York area. Chavez still swinging the bat well. He was a batting champion here in the league a couple years back with Bridgeport. Ford, a former batting champion.
And Lou with a ground ball through to center field. Lou Ford, 4 for 4. Lou let the dogs out. What a night for Lou. 4 hits in the game. That one not hit as hard as the doubles he hit to right. But so what? He is aboard with 2 down. Lou does it again.
So 4 for 4 now here in the game. 6 for 8 to begin this series. And 13 hits and 18 at-bats on this homestand. He is absolutely unconscious at the plate right now.
Taylor Ard at the plate is 0 for 3, and he is due. He is flied out, struck out, and then flied out again, both times to center field. Righty-righty matchup here with Alba Ladejo. Ford takes a short lead off first. Ard takes a pitch downstairs, 1-0.
Meanwhile, Ard and Navarro, the only 2 Ducks who have yet to collect hits in this game or reach base. 2 flyouts to center for Ard with a strikeout in between.
Again, Lou with the short lead, 1-0 the count. Alba Ladejo looks in, and the pitch to Taylor way outside. Nice stab by Ryan Castile, preventing the wild pitch. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to Ard, with the dangerous David Washington standing on deck. I mentioned the Ducks lead by 2, but would love to put a few more up there.
Ard's certainly a guy who can do that with his power. 14 home runs on the year. It's been a little while since he's gone deep, but certainly would be a good time for one of those homers right now to make it a 4-run ball game.
Alba Ladejo coming set. Long look in and the 2-0. And that's a strike inside corner. Good pitch, 2-1. So Ducks leading 6-4. Lancaster looking ahead, and the top of inning number 7 will have numbers 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Blake Galen will lead off, but the Ducks leading by 2. The Ducks are thankful Galen will come up with nobody on. 2-1 pitch on the way to Ard. Broken bat grounder, third base. Josh Bell takes it. Throw across, nails Taylor Ard for the final out here in the 6th. In the inning, no runs ahead. It was Lou Ford's 4th hit of the game, but he is left stranded and nothing across other than that. At the end of 6, we go to the top of the 7th and last licks for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Ducks lead 6-4.
Hey fam, this is Ramon Cabrera, and you listen to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Michael Pollock. We go to the top of inning number 7 in this 7-inning game, the first of a doubleheader. Ducks and Lancaster Barnstormers in back-to-back single-admission doubleheaders. In the Atlantic League, you play 7 innings rather than 9. So the Ducks on the verge of a victory here, but they've got to retire the Barnstormers, and the Ducks bring in K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez with his 25 saves, 2.29 ERA, making his 37th appearance, 35 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up 24 hits, just 9 earned runs. He has struck out 34. At times, control can be an issue. He has walked 16, but 25 saves for K-Rod, which is tied for second in the Atlantic League, only to Felipe Paulino of the Sugarland Skeeters, who has 29 saves. K-Rod, with all that Major League experience, one of the all-time great relievers in Major League history, to face Blake Galen, Trayvon Robinson, and Ryan Castile. Galen, leading the Atlantic League in home runs, comes up here 1 for 3. He has singled, also flied out and struck out, but there's nobody on, and the Ducks leading by 2. And K-Rod gets the first pitch inside for a strike, hits the inside corner. It's 0-1. Galen batting to the left side against the righty. Francisco Rodriguez with that herky-jerky reliever delivery and misses inside 1-1.
Rodriguez has done a terrific job for the Ducks of late and overall this season. And obviously with a 7-inning game, a little bit different scenario than the 9th, but still a save opportunity for him and trying to protect this 2-run lead.
Coming set, and the 1-1 to Galen is on the way. Big swing and a miss. 1-2. Galen was trying to hit that one back to Lancaster.
Yeah, no surprise. He's got the power to do it, but Rodriguez has done a great job this year mixing that breaking ball, the changeup in with the fastball, and it makes that fastball have even more life on it when he throws over the breaking balls before it.
1-2 count. Pitch to Galen on the way, just missing the outside corner. Galen wanted to take a long look at that before he swung at it. It was just a little too far outside. So count now even at 2-2. Last thing K-Rod wants to do is issue a W, a walk. No free passes here. Pitch on the way, and that's downstairs. So the count now full. So Galen should get something at or near the strike zone. Galen, the DH here in the opener of this doubleheader tonight. An important pitch for K-Rod here. You don't want the tying run to come to the plate. And the payoff pitch is on the way. Foul ball down the right field line. Off-speed pitch from K-Rod, and Galen out in front.
Coming inside, Galen was ready for it. Just a little bit out in front and almost hit his teammate Tyler Bortnick, coaching over there at first. He fights off a 2-strike pitch and stays alive here to begin this inning.
Coming set, K-Rod. Top of the 7th, full count, nobody on. Pitch to Galen is inside and low, and Blake Galen has worked a walk. For the Long Island Ducks, that's the 4th free pass issued by their pitching tonight, and a very important leadoff walk for Blake Galen.
Didn't miss by much, but did just get enough of that corner over the inner half of the plate. And now what is going on here? Frank Urilli is coming back behind the plate, and I think he's going to talk with one of the fans. Maybe there is a camera or something that one of the fans is using that is making things a little bit difficult for the players out there. I'm not really sure what it was, but
I do know that Frank Urilli, as he returns to his position in the infield, was smiling as he walked away. So looks like he had a nice chat with the fans, and they'll stop doing whatever they were doing. Trayvon Robinson at the plate is 1 for 3, a single in the second, also with a run scored. He's hit 6 homers on the season. Galen's at first base, and there's a home run hack and a miss. Robinson misses on a fastball with plenty of heat. High heat there from K-Rod, 0-1.
Ducks have kept Robinson in check for the most part tonight after a single to lead off the second, a flyout and a strikeout for the switch hitter.
0-1 pitch on the way up and away from K-Rod. That's 1 ball and 1 strike. We did mention on the way in with the numbers for K-Rod. In 36 appearances, 35 1/3 innings pitched coming into this appearance, 16 walks. That works out to a high walk total. 1-1 is fouled back to the backstop, and it's 1-2. Good pitch from Francisco Rodriguez. And Robinson now in a 1-2 hole.
It's never how you want to start off an inning, especially when you get ahead in the count 1-2. But Galen was able to lay off some close pitches, foul one off, and that final pitch that missed for ball 4. It didn't miss the strike zone by much, but that shows how good of a hitter Galen is. He was able to take it out of the zone and find his way on base. And obviously here, Rodriguez would love a ground ball at one of his infielders.
1-2 count. Galen takes his lead. The pitch on the way, squirts away from Deanna Navarro, and going to second base is Blake Galen. Now again, the Ducks lead by 2, but this takes the double play out of the equation. With Robinson up, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It goes down as a wild pitch as the ball was down in the dirt. Tough one there for Navarro, though. Trying to keep that ball in front of him, could not do that. As you mentioned, it likely takes away the double play on the ground in all likelihood, but with the way the Barnstormers run, who knows, a fly ball to the outfield. Galen could try and go for a third.
We'll see what happens here with Robinson at the plate. 2-2 count. Galen leads off second. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that does go down. Let's see, a strike 3. It wasn't a foul tip. Foul tip, strike 3. It was caught before it touched the ground by Deanna Navarro. A big strikeout for K-Rod, 1 down.
I think that's what Robinson was trying to contend, that he thought that I think he definitely got a piece of it, with that saying that he fouled it off and hit the dirt before it was caught by Navarro. Navarro immediately showed the baseball saying it wasn't. So a big first out there for Rodriguez, and now a righty-righty matchup with Castile.
4th strikeout for Ducks pitching. And Ryan Castile at the plate, who's had a good night. He's 2 for 3. Doubled in a run in the second, fly to right, and an infield single in the 5th. Again, 2 for 3 tonight as he takes a ball 1-0. Blake Galen at second base led off this final 7th inning, unless there's extras, with a walk. And went to second on a wild pitch. Trayvon Robinson struck out. 1 on, 1 out. 1-0 pitch on the way, downstairs, 2-0. So K-Rod falling behind Ryan Castile here.
Rodriguez pitching after having the last 2 days off. Of course, Monday was the off day. Tuesday, Ducks lost that game 6-2, but pitched all 3 games over the weekend against the Road Warriors, saved the first 2, and then tossed a no decision in the finale, pitching in a tie ball game.
And pitch on the way, and that is inside. Check swing. Did he go? No. Home plate umpire Freddie DeJesus checking with Silvio Martinez, who is now stationed near second base. And he signals the safe side. So Ryan Castile in the driver's seat here. 3-0 the count. And Francisco Rodriguez is 1 pitch away from walking Castile and putting the tying run at first base. 3-0 pitch is on the way, and that's up and away. 4-pitch walk. Ryan Castile's aboard. 5th walk by Ducks pitching. 2nd one issued by Francisco Rodriguez here in the 7th. 2 on, 1 out, and Josh Bell coming to the plate. The tying run is at first, and the go-ahead run is at home plate. How about that?
And they're going to pinch run here for the catcher as he represents the tying run. So Tyler Bortnick is going to go in as the pinch runner here. He was coaching over at first, so immediately gets replaced from the coach's box, goes right into the game to run, and now all of a sudden the tying runs are on, only 1 out. And here is Josh Bell, switch hitter, batting from the left side.
And Bell has walked twice tonight and scored both times. He has 2 steals tonight, has also flied out, so officially 0 for 1 with a couple of runs scored and 2 steals. First pitch well inside, 1 ball and no strikes, and K-Rod is having trouble finding home plate.
Yep, 2 walks in the inning, falls behind here, not what you want to do after a walk. And the Barnstormers showing great patience against the 16-year Major League veteran.
Josh Bell. Not a whole lot of speed, can be doubled up, and that's what the Ducks are looking for here. And this one is slammed deep right field. Miles Williams going back. That is at the wall and over the wall. Josh Bell with a 3-run homer with 1 swing of the bat. Things fall apart for K-Rod, and a 6-4 Ducks lead becomes a 7-6 lead for the Lancaster Barnstormers. Wow!
Well, walks will kill you, and a leadoff walk to Galen, never a good sign. He then allows the walk on 4 pitches to Castile, And Josh Bell, who came in on the night hitting just .204 and with 5 home runs on the year, drills the pitch just over the right field wall. Blown safe for Rodriguez. And the Barnstormers have the lead, and now out of the dugout is going to come Kevin Baez and trainer Dottie Pitchford, as they look like they see something that might be a bad sign for Rodriguez.
What a shocker. The Ducks 2 outs away from a come-from-behind win over the Barnstormers, but Lancaster turning the tables, coming from behind here in the top of the 7th. A walk, a strikeout, another walk, and off K-Rod. Josh Bell with a line drive home run over the first wall. As Miles Williams went back, at first I think he thought he had a chance, but flew over his head.
This is about the last sign the Ducks need to see right now. Francisco Rodriguez, their closer, who has been so dominant all year, giving up the 3-run home run to blow the save here in game 1 of this doubleheader, and now coming off the field due to injury. So a new pitcher is going to have to come in, and boy, has the momentum and the feeling of this game turned in a heartbeat here at Bethpage Ballpark, where the Ducks now trailing by 1 and seeing their closer exit the ball game. We'll be back with a new pitcher after this. Ducks now trail 7-6.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt, and autographed baseball. Refreshments including hot dogs, chips, cupcakes, frozen ice treats, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, the relief pitching has been living somewhat dangerously all night in this 5th inning. Fernando Abad, a lot of pair of singles in the inning, but managed to escape trouble there. In the 6th inning with 2 outs, Logan Ondrasek allowed a pair of singles, but the heads-up play at second base by Jordani Valdespin got the final out of the inning. And then Francisco Rodriguez in the 9th allowed a leadoff walk to Blake Galen, a 1-out walk to Ryan Castillo, and that set the stage for Josh Bell, who after falling behind 1-0, Rodriguez allowed a 3-run home run to just over the right field wall. The 204 hitter coming in with his 6th home run of the year. A blown save for Rodriguez. Those have been very rare this year. The Barnstormers now have a 7-6 lead, and on top of that, Rodriguez had to come out of the ball game due to injury. No update yet on exactly what the injury is, but he is out of this ball game. Jose Quas has taken over on the mound, a righty who has been pitching very well. And now the Ducks offense is going to have to try and find a way to manufacture at least 1 run in the bottom half of this 7th inning. They'll have Washington, Williams, and Navarro, 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up. And the Ducks, even though they got that insurance run in the 5th, not enough, as the Barnstormers now have the lead for the 2nd time tonight.
And one thing that has not helped, Michael Pollack, the 5 walks given up by the Long Island Ducks tonight, 4 of those 5 walks have come around to score.
The Ducks have been gifting runs all night. They had a couple of poor defensive plays earlier in the game, one in the second, one in the fourth, that directly led to 1 run each, and those 2 walks end up leading to the home run.
Casey Hobson at the plate, the sidewinder, Jose Quas on the mound, and Hobson takes a ball. Quas making his 15th appearance, 15 in the 3rd innings pitched. ERA of 2.35. Has given up 4 earned runs, struck out 11, walked 7, and 12 hits. A record of 1-0. And he misses again. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So right now, for the Ducks, the main priority is to get out of this inning no worse than 1 run down, which means Quas facing Hobson would like to retire KC right here. Next pitch on the way. Hobson swings at 2-0. And that looks like it's fading toward the stands, but now running over and making the grab on the run is Taylor Ard. Nice play. Looked like Taylor expected that ball to drift into the stands, but ran over and made the catch, and there are 2 down. Nice play by Taylor Ard.
That was a much tougher play, as with Hobson at the plate, he was shaded over closer towards the shortstop position. And so he had to go a long way to get to that baseball. Was slowing up a bit as he approached the stands, but seemed to have a beat on it, made that nice grab for the second out.
So Vladimir Frias, the shortstop for the Lancaster Barnstormers, now comes in, batting from the left side. Frias tonight reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run back in the 2nd inning, also stole a base. Infield single in the 4th, bounced out in the 6th. So officially 1 for 3 with an RBI and a stolen base as well, as Quas misses 1-0. Next pitch on the way, swung on, fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike to Frias. So in this inning, the 7th inning, K-Rod leaves with an apparent injury. We're not sure what it is yet. When we get word, we'll pass it along. 2 walks for K-Rod, sandwiched around a strikeout, then a 3-run homer given up to Josh Bell, turning a 6-4 Ducks lead into a 7-6 Lancaster lead. It's been a shocking top of the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark. On Bark in the Park night, even the dogs are silent at the moment, but ready to make more noise in the bottom of the 7th. Count is 1-2 to Frias. Jose Quas, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, but not before the Barnstormers barnstorm ahead. There were 2 walks, a 3-run homer, and nobody left. At the end of 6.5, we go to the bottom of the 7th in this 7-inning game. Last licks for the Ducks. Can they extend it or win it in waddle-off fashion? We'll find out. They trail Lancaster 7-6.
Hey fans, this is Anthony Vega, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Sayville Ford, Long Island's Ford giant, has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Stop by today to check out their giant selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives and a luxurious customer lounge. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford, the no-fees dealer. Visit online at SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more. Call 855-917-8737 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
All right, well, we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Ducks trailing by the count of 7-6. Defensively, Tyler Bortnick, who took over on the bases for Ryan Castile, stays in the game. He goes to play second base. And the second baseman, Carlos Garcia, is replaced behind the plate by Anderson De La Rosa in the 9 spot of the order. They also have a new pitcher who is in for the Barnstormers. I think it is righty Caleb Fleck, but I'm not positive. And David Washington will lead off for the Ducks.
All right, we assume that the new pitcher is the aforementioned. Who?
I think it's Caleb Fleck, but I'm trying to see for sure.
Caleb Fleck. We'll check that out. He's trying to close it out. Washington at the plate. Swing and a miss on an 0-1 fastball, and it's now no balls, 2 strikes to David Washington. Washington tonight, RBI single in the first, struck out in the third, walked in the fifth when came around to score eventually. So 1 for 2 with a walk, a run driven in, and a run scored as he hits a very high foul ball out of play left side. And the count remains 0-2.
Yep, it is Caleb Fleck. Apologies for not having that right away, but it is Caleb Fleck who is on the mound for the Barnstormers.
And trying to close it out for Jonathan Alba-Ladejo. Washington, Miles Williams, Deanna Navarro. Ducks trying to extend it or win it in waddle-off fashion as Washington takes a pitch outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. A back-and-forth game. Long Island had a 1-0 lead, then trailed 3-1, led 4-3. They were tied at 4. Ducks went ahead 6-4 as Washington hits it a long way, right center field. That one is extremely deep over both walls. Center fielder Darian Sanford gives it a look, and somehow that ball cuts through the humid air and flies over the fence. On a day so hot, I called my first wife just for the chilly reception. Washington turns up the heat with a homer. You can feel the breeze from the blast. The Ducks have tied it at 7 here in the 7th. It's 7-up.
Wow, was that a long home run from David Washington. He pulverized the 1-2 offering from Caleb Fleck well over both walls to the right of the batter's eye, and he is now tied with Blake Galen for the most homers in the Atlantic League at 22.
What a big homer from Washington. Never gets cheated on his cuts, and those home runs are always as high as they are far. You knew it couldn't end 7-6. Duck fans are energized. Miles Williams at the plate is 1 for 3 and a base hit left field. The Ducks are not done yet. Looking to waddle off with a win. Miles Williams is aboard with his 2nd hit tonight. He is 2 for 4, and most importantly, the winning run is aboard.
Let's see if Kevin Myers goes to his bench potentially to bring in Robert Garcia as a pinch runner. It doesn't look like he will. I thought he might, as Williams has decent speed, but not quite as fast as Garcia. I see Garcia stretching in the dugout, but it looks like Williams is going to stay put at least for the time being. Here's Navarro, who you'd have to think is going to try and lay down a bunt to move the winning run into scoring position.
Navarro at the plate, and he is looking to bunt. Yanks the bat away, takes a strike outside corner 0-1. Navarro tonight is 0 for 3. He has bounced to third twice and bounced back to the box.
I think Navarro was pretty upset about that. Thought that pitch was too far down and away. Did not like the strike call.
Navarro will be looking to bunt on this pitch again. We assume Williams takes a short lead at first. That lead will lengthen as the pitch comes in, and there's the bunt, and it's foul right side. As Navarro bunted it much too hard. Had that been fair, first baseman Casey Hobson would have had plenty of time to go to second on the force. It's 0-2 to Navarro And manager Michael Pollock, what do you do here?
I think you got to take the bunt side off with 2 strikes. Navarro's not one of those guys who is a typical bunter. If you had Vega on deck at the plate or maybe a Lions, you might do it. But with Navarro, I don't think you can now with 2 strikes and just give up the out.
Ducks would love to stay out of the double play here, though. Somehow advance Miles Williams into scoring position. It's 0-2 as Caleb Fleck comes set. There's a ground ball through left side. To second base goes Miles Williams. He holds there. Deanna Navarro, better than a bunt. A single to left. There are now 2 runners on, first and second, 1 run in. We're tied at 7 here in the bottom of the 7th of a 7-inning game. And the Ducks are set up for a waddle-off. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, Fleck pitched here in last night's game and closed out the 6-2 win. He gave up back-to-back hits to begin the inning. Bloopers to right in both situations. A little flare single down the right field line by Ford, and then the same for Taylor Ard, but then came back and looked like a completely different man. He struck out Washington, induced a foul pop from Cabrera, and struck out Miles Williams. And now here, Long Island has collected 3 straight hits off of them after seeing Francisco Rodriguez allow the homer to Bell that gave the Barnstormers the lead. Now Rodriguez off the hook thanks to the Washington Mammoth solo home run. And Williams and Navarro have picked up back-to-back singles. Obviously works out there that they do not have Navarro try and bunt with 2 strikes on him. I just didn't think, if you have a guy who is a noted bunter, a guy who's done it so well throughout the course of his career, maybe, but Navarro has not been that type. And so now here, back-to-back singles as Navarro able to ground one through the left side. The Ducks with 2 on, nobody out, and you can bet Anthony Vega will certainly be trying to sacrifice the runners over in a scoring position and give the Ducks an opportunity for a sacrifice fly that can win this game.
And of course, you look ahead here, Vega successful in a sacrifice, get Lions up. First base will be open, but Valdespin would be waiting on deck. So a lot of great opportunities here for the Ducks to end it. And there's Vega, who bunts it in the air back toward us. Lands in the club section above us, 0-1. Vega got under that. Anthony Vega tonight, 1 for 3. Double down the right field line in the 2nd inning and would come around to score. He's also bounced out and reached on an error. Also picked up his 22nd steal in 23 attempts back in the 5th inning. Vega, let's see if he's going to be trying to bunt here. Yes, he is. Squares around, and he bunts it. Third base, and a good one. Taken by Josh Bell to throw to first, just barely in time to get Vega, but a successful bunt. Miles Williams to third. He's the winning run. Deanna Navarro to second. And Dan Lyons coming up with runners on second and third and only 1 down.
Good bunt by Vega, his 3rd of the year, 5-4 on the putout with the second baseman Bordnick covering at first base. So Miles Williams goes to 3rd base, advancing to second Navarro, although that run doesn't matter. And here is Dan Lyons. The Ducks do have Ramon Cabrera on the bench, but they'll stick with Lyons here, who's 1 for 3 on the night, to try and end this game either with a base hit or a fly ball to the outfield.
Infield, needless to say, comes in. The number 4 is held up, and how about that? Skipper Ross Peoples rolling the dice, intentionally walking Dan Lyons to get to the best hitter in the Atlantic League in so many categories this season. In our minds, Player of the Year, Jordani Valdespin.
I think I know what he's going to do here. He wanted to intentionally walk him to set up a lefty-lefty matchup. I think he's going to bring in his hard-throwing lefty, Matt Marksberry here, who struck out the side last night, to try and set up a lefty-lefty with Valdespin and get a big out. Meanwhile, Valdespin this year, a .331 batting average against left-handed pitching, which is only 9 points lower than his average against righty pitching. So the lefty coming in will take a quick pitching change here with the Ducks with the bases loaded, 1 out, and a fly ball away potentially from winning this game.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
We asked people across Long Island, what does energy efficiency mean to you?
Energy efficiency? It means finding ways to save a few dollars on my electric bill each month.
PSEG Long Island is introducing smart technologies that let you control just how much energy you use.
To me, it really is important to keep Long Island green so future generations can enjoy our island's beauty.
And we're partnering on renewable sources that will keep Long Island sustainable for generations. Discover all of our energy efficiency programs at psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, no surprise, manager Ross Peoples, with runners at second and third and only one out in the bottom half of the seventh inning, was seeing Dan Lyons come to the plate. Instead of facing Lyons, who was 1 for 3 on the night with an infield single and 2 strikeouts, they elect to intentionally walk him, load the bases, set up the chance for a double play, and brings in the lefty, Matt Marksberry, the hard-throwing lefty who struck out the side in the 8th inning last night. Will bring him in here to pitch in the bottom of the 7th. And Jordani Valdespin, who struck out against Marksberry last night, coming to the plate. Meanwhile, the guy on deck, Daniel Fields, also struck out against Marksberry. So a chance for redemption for at least Valdespin, maybe both of them here, as they try and win this game for Long Island. Again, the Ducks with a winning run at third. They've also got runners at second and third, one out, one already in here in the 7th.
They are loaded up for Valdespin, so no place to put him. Jordani with excellent knowledge of the strike zone with all those years of the majors. He is 1 for 4 tonight. That one hit a 2-run homer back in the 2nd inning. So Matt Marksberry comes set. The pitch to Jordani, a swing and a miss. Actually a foul tip in and out of the glove of Anderson De La Rosa, the catcher. It's 0-1. So Marksberry not fooling around. Came with the heat right in on the hands of Valdespin, who was ready for it. Big swing, fouls it for the first strike.
I mentioned Valdespin has hit well against left-handed pitching this year, a .331 batting average this season against lefties. Fields, who's on deck, hitting .279 against lefties, but he's actually hit worse against righties. Valdespin just slightly better against righties.
And Valdespin looking at an infield where second and short are back at double play depth. The infielders at the corners are up, and the outfielders are all very shallow for obvious reasons. Sac fly would end the game. Matt Marksberry comes set. Valdespin with a chance to win it. The 0-1, swing and a miss. More heat from Marksberry. Valdespin with another big swing, corkscrewing himself into the ground. It's 0-2.
Valdespin knows the fastball's been coming. He's been trying to time it, has just missed on both of the 2 pitches from Marksberry thus far. And the lefty 1 strike away from getting a big second out, which would take away that fly ball sac fly opportunity.
Coming set, Marksberry. Valdespin at the plate. And now time called. And we'll reset. The Ducks have tied the game here in the 7th, trailing 7-6. Leadoff home run, David Washington. They have loaded the bases. There's only one out. And Jordani Valdespin at the plate. The Ducks MVP. 0-2 on the way downstairs. Valdespin wanted to pull the trigger, but held up on a pitch low and away. It's 1-2.
Good eye for Valdespin, too. He was ready to hack. Marksberry tried to get him to chase downstairs, and Valdespin with a good eye able to hold up. Get ball number 1. Of course, he had such a big play earlier in this game, catching Sanford, rounding third too far in the 8th inning to get Andrzejczyk out of trouble, and now trying to come through at the plate as well.
Miles Williams, the winning run at third. Only one down. The bases are loaded. 1-2 pitch on the way to Jordani. A base hit left field. It's over! Off-speed pitch. Valdespin. A single to left on Bark in the Park night. Who let the Ducks out? Who let the Ducks out? Waddle-off win for the Long Island Ducks, 8-7. 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win the first game of this doubleheader against Lancaster. Ducks win!
Well, a terrific win, no doubt, for the Long Island Ducks here, David, after seeing their all-star he wasn't selected as an All-Star, but a 6-time Major League All-Star, Francisco Rodriguez. The closer for the Ducks blow the save in the top of the inning, allowing the 3-run home run to Josh Bell and walking 2, then exiting the game with an apparent injury. The Ducks never say die, as they have been all season, all fall, all August especially, coming back time and time again for wins. They pick up their 8th walk-off win of the year, 2nd of this homestand, and despite falling behind 0-2 in the count, Jordani Valdespin against the tough lefty Matt Marksberry stays in there, punches a single through the left side, and the Ducks get a big win, 8-7 in walk-off fashion to take the opening game of this doubleheader and the second game of this series.
What a roller coaster of emotions. We'll take a break. Quick recap, 25 minutes from now there will be a second game here at Bethpage Ballpark, but the Ducks take the opener in waddle-off dramatic fashion, 8-7 over Lancaster.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
This season, build new memories.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
This season, witness the action.
He reaches up, it's gone!
This season, celebrate an all-star summer.
The Ducks have won it 7-1.
Gather your friends and family for an entertainment experience like no other. The Ducks 2018 schedule is full of new promotions, and with free parking and tickets starting at just $12, there's no better value on Long Island. Get tickets to an all-star summer at liducks.com.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, what a ball game here in the first game of a single admission doubleheader. The Ducks fell behind early, 3-1, came back, took the lead, saw the lead get lost late as Francisco Rodriguez allowed a 7th inning home run, but the Ducks never said die. They came back, Washington homering in the 7th to tie the game, and then 2 singles, an intentional walk later with the bases loaded. Jordani Valdespin wins the game with a walk-off single through the left side. Second walk-off win of the homestand for the Ducks and their 8th of this 2018 season. A big win for the Ducks to take the opener of this doubleheader and even this series. David, what a ball game between these two teams to start off this doubleheader.
I mean, how many emotions did we run through in one game? The back and forth nature, I can't even count the lead changes. We were tied at 4 at one point. Ducks with a 6-4 lead. Going into the top of the 7th, the final inning of this game, they give up 3 runs and, trailing 7-6. You knew it just couldn't end that way. The Ducks never say die. The cardiac quacks come through again in the bottom of the 7th with 2 runs and win it 8-7. And a pat on the back to somebody who was not involved in that 7th inning rally. He didn't come to the plate, but the ageless wonder, Lou Ford, a 4-for-4 first game of the doubleheader. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 4 hits, now hitting well over 300. But it really was a team effort all the way. Couple of errors, maybe not the best pitching performance all the way around, but the Ducks got it done.
I think there's no question our players of the game will have to give co-ones will be Ford, who was 4-for-4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs in the game to go along with his 2 singles as well, and Valdespin, of course, who was 2-for-5 at the plate. He had the 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning that gave the Ducks 2 big runs and tied the ball game up at the time at 3 apiece. And then as well, the walk-off single in the 7th will certainly be our players of the game. We'll give you a quick recap here before we take a break before Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Ducks got on the scoreboard in the first inning against Jonathan Albaladejo. 3 singles in the inning, including an RBI base hit from David Washington, gave the Ducks the lead. Chris Pike, who started for the Ducks, struggled in the 2nd. He allowed a leadoff single and an RBI double to